Your call is now being...
So if you live by yourself, have you ever had that dark thought of what happens if something goes wrong and nobody checks on you for like days? Yikes, something scary to think about. But in China, there is a new app called Are You Dead? And it just shot to the top of their app store. It's huge with the 200 million people in China that live alone who want some peace of mind. And the concept is pretty simple. You tap a daily check-in button to confirm you're okay. And if you miss it, the app automatically alerts your emergency contact. Now, it sounds kind of morbid as hell, but honestly, it's pretty practical if you're worried about the whole what if nobody finds me scenario that keeps people up at night.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates in Northbrook, Illinois.
Must-have trends are here at Macy's stores. So come in this weekend and find so many styles you can wear now and mix and match later in the season. Like refreshing winter whites, go with anything cardigans, and even men's suits from top designer names. And the best part, you can get them all for 20 to 50% off. Yeah, up to half off. So come into the store and walk out with an incredible deal at Macy's. Tomorrow, savings off select prices. Exclusions apply.
And welcome out to the Milbank National Guard Armory. And let's not only play one tonight, but let's play two. Good evening, basketball fans. I'm Chad Knowles. Glad to be along here on Classic Hits 95.1 KMSD FM, 1510 AM KMSD, Milbank, South Dakota, and streaming audio and video on BigStoneRadio.com and our YouTube page as well. Boys and girls doubleheader here tonight. Of course, the girls varsity will tip off here in a little over 6 minutes. We want to thank our sponsors, as always, for bringing you these games. Dakota Country Ag, Bean Pharmacy, Milbank Ford, Schmitz Landing, Al's Body Shop, Bean Pharmacy, Street Graphics, 203 Realty, Border Lake Insurance, the Milbank ITC of Milbank, the Milbank Tobacco Coalition, Ortonville Area Health Services, Pro Image Partners, Millstone Family Restaurant, Chiropractic in Motion, Johnson Family Dentistry, First Bank and Trust of Milbank, Lewis Family Drug, Haslam Construction, Avera Milbank Medical Center, Milbank Area Hospital, Avera, and our video stream sponsors will scroll across the top of the screen occasionally tonight as well. For this girls' game, Milbank comes in at 6-1 on the season. They defeated Teoshpazina 72-23 on Tuesday night. Bell Pauli with 21 points that night. Susie Schuneman was 17. Avery Schuneman was 16. Redfield, meanwhile, is 2-5 on the season. They lost 41-29 to Miller on Tuesday. JV game for the girls tonight goes to Milbank over Redfield 40-7. Didn't get a score in the C game. And the JV game for the girls goes to Milbank, 55-24, the JV game for the boys. No, I'm looking at the wrong score. Sorry about that. The girls JV tonight, Milbank over Redfield, 40-7. The boys JV game went to Milbank over Redfield, 59-20. No reports at either C game tonight for you. All right, Milbank and Redfield girls basketball coming up here shortly. And we want to remind you, as always, the law on the court tonight is brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. We'll be back with more of the pregame show, starting lineups, and more. The tip-off, Milbank and Redfield, coming up here in 3 minutes on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
This year, Pioneer celebrates a century of innovation, from the first corn hybrid to the latest innovation like more seed and less corn, or Pioneer brand Z-Series soybeans. They're proud to be the one you count on when every bushel counts. Plant the 100th season of Pioneer. Contact Paul or Riley at Dakota Country Egg Service in Milbank today at 605-467-0715 or 605-949-4170 to learn more.
Milbank Ford isn't just a dealership. It's part of your journey. Whether you're cruising toward adventure or hauling hometown pride, they've got the ride to get you there. Stop in and explore their lineup of tough F-Series trucks, fuel-efficient SUVs, and family-ready crossovers, all backed by local service you can count on. The road starts in Milbank, but it could take you anywhere. Come and find your Ford today at Milbank Ford, where small-town trust meets big-time value.
Dreaming of a getaway? Escape to Schmidt's Landing on beautiful Big Stone Lake. Whether you're casting for walleyes, perch your bass, or just enjoying the stunning views, Schmidt's Landing has something for everyone. Relax in comfortable lakeside suites, or set up your camper or tent for a long weekend. How about spending this summer at your seasonal RV spot? There are also boat and pontoon rentals, plus a fully stocked C-store with bait and license. Discover a family adventure or a peaceful retreat at Schmidt's Landing. Visit schmidtslanding.com and like them on Facebook. Are you in need of collision repair? Look no further than Al's Body Shop. Their team of expert technicians has years of experience and are dedicated to getting your car or truck back on the road in no time. From minor dings to major body damage, they've got you covered. And with their state-of-the-art equipment, they can handle any make or model. Plus, they work with all insurance companies to make the process as easy as possible. Don't let an accident slow you down. Go see Al's Body Shop today. Al's Body Shop, Milbank. Quality collision repair you can trust. Bean Pharmacy is your hometown family-owned independent pharmacy conveniently located within the Milbank Area Healthcare Campus. Bean Pharmacy is a full-service pharmacy specializing in fast, accurate, and friendly service. They also offer a full line of over-the-counter products such as vitamins, first aid, and diabetic supplies. Need your prescriptions mailed or delivered? Bean Pharmacy can do that too, and it's free. Don't forget about their convenient drive-thru for quality healthcare for the entire family. See Bean Pharmacy, located in the Milbank Area Healthcare Campus.
Got the final few notes there of the Milbank Milbank School song, I should say. Again, welcome into the pregame show here. We've got 65 seconds until the starters are going to be introduced here. And again, we want to thank all of our sponsors here for bringing you these games. Again, Milbank in at 6-1 on the season. Redfield in at 2-5. And the drum line is having a little fun here right now as we speak. They've got 42 seconds left here before we get ready for some basketball action here at the Milbank National Guard Armory. Again, the boys' game will follow here in the doubleheader. All right, let's set your starting lineups before the national anthem here. Redfield at 2-5. They'll go at 5'6" junior number 2, Bryn Giblin, a 5'8" junior number 5, Charlie Youngworth, a 5'10" senior number 13, Hayden Gall, a 5'7" junior number 15, Layla Hardy, and a 5'10" senior number 30, Kinley Smith. Redfield coached by Tommy Gregg. He's assisted by Bradley Sheehawk. And now Milbank, 5'6" sophomore guard, Avery Schoeneman, a 5'6" sophomore guard, Addison Pauley, a 5'4" 8th grader, number 3, a guard, Susie Schoeneman, a forward, 5'10" sophomore, number 22, Belle Pauley, and at center, 6' senior, number 42, Anna Negebauer. Milbank 6-1 on the season, coached by Tony Howard, Kendra Genso, Eric Townsend, and Mandy Snaza. Time now for your national anthem. Rendition of our national anthem there by the Milbank High School Band under the direction of Susan Carls. Again, they'll turn off the lights here for the promotional hype video here shortly, but again, let's run over the starting lineups while we have a chance. For Redfield, they will go with Bryn Giblin, Charlie Youngworth, Hayden Gall, Layla Hardy, and Kinley Smith. Again, Redfield 2-5, coached by Tommy Gregg. He's assisted by Bradley Sheehawk. For your Milbank Lady Bulldogs, again 6-1 on the season. They are going to start 5'6" sophomore at a guard, Avery Schoeneman, a 5'6" sophomore at another guard, Addison Pauley, a 5'4" 8th grader, a guard, Susie Schoeneman, 5'10" sophomore, number 22, Belle Pauley at forward, and at center, 6' senior, number 42, Anna Negebauer. Again, Milbank's head coach, first-year head coach, Tony Howard. He's assisted by Kendra Junzo, Eric Townsend, and Mandy Snaza. Again, we want to thank each and every one of our sponsors here, both bringing you video and audio, of course, as well. Video we are streaming, of course, on BigStoneRadio.com and our YouTube page, which is picking up followers every day, as I understand. Welcome aboard wherever you are listening and or watching tonight. And we will shortly take a break here, Doug, and because the lights will go out on me here at the National Guard Armory. And Redfield is just getting done being introduced now to the crowd. Again, the boys' game follows here in the doubleheader. So stay tuned for that. And I tell you what, we are going to send it back to the studios, and we'll be back in 1 minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com. Back in 1 minute.
Here's where the good ideas come from. Street Graphics, Main Street, Milbank, working with local schools to provide ideas and solutions for fundraising. They can customize a design just for you. T-shirts, trophies, banners, buttons, contract printing, they do it all. They work in quantities from 1 to 5,000. Printing and promotions, they print on anything but paper. See them at streetgraphics.com. That's graphics with an EX. Main Street, Milbank, South Dakota, streetgraphics.com.
At 203 Realty in Milbank, a huge part of their formula for success is their agent team. One of those agents is Brandon Perry. Brandon is a Wilmot native, Northern State grad, and has resided in Milbank for over 22 years. Brandon joined the real estate world after 25 years of service in the National Guard. Brandon's attention to detail, patience, commitment to his customers, and willingness to put in the extra hours is what sets him apart.
Hi, this is Brandon Perry with 203 Realty. Contact us today by visiting 203-realty.com. At 203 Realty, your address is more than just a number.
Welcome back to the National Guard Armory. Milbank is being introduced now. The lights are still out here at the National Guard Armory, so they'll be on, I'm sure, shortly here, as I can't see anything I've written on paper. So again, glad to have everybody along. You're listening to Classic Hits 95.1 KMSD FM, 1510 AM KMSD, and there come the lights. Milbank, South Dakota, 1510 AM KMSD, BigStoneRadio.com, streaming audio and video, as well as our YouTube page. And you've got Milbank again in at 6-1 on the season. Redfield at 2-5. As Milbank will go right to left here, and you're at the National Guard Armory in the first half on your radio dial. Redfield will travel left to right. Again, Redfield goes with Giblin, Youngworth, Gall, Hardy, and Smith. Milbank, Avery, Schoeneman, Susie Schoeneman, Addison, Polly, Bell, Pollyanna, Niggebauer. Tip is controlled by the Lady Pheasants, and that is going to be Giblin with it now. Off the left wing it goes, up to the top of the key again to Giblin. Screen set by Hardy. Giblin with it now, dribbling off to the left side of the lane, and she is going to fall down and going to be called for traveling. Turnover number 1 for Redfield here in the early going. Anna Niggebauer will trigger inside court now for the Lady Bulldogs. Niggebauer to Avery Schoeneman now. Avery directs traffic at the top of the key. Right wing to Niggebauer. Back to Avery, and then it's going to go right through the hands of Addison Pauley. 1 turnover apiece here for Milbank and Redfield in the early going. Hayden Gall gets the ball in now to Youngworth. Back to Gall. Gall is going to run front court, get it to Youngworth, who gets trapped right at about side court. And they're going to get it to Youngworth. And they work it underneath. Cross-court pass, intercepted Addison Pauley. And here comes Milbank up the other way. And that's going to be a blow-in layup that time by Avery Schoeneman. Rebound to Redfield. No score. Lewis Family Drug Scoreboard here on a Thursday night. As Hardy with it now. She gets her pocket pick. Susie on the other end of the court. Susie Schoeneman up and in for the game's first. 2 points, and there's going to be a timeout called already here, and we will, it's a short one, so we're just going to keep it right here. And again, like I've said, this whole season so far, Milbank, listen for a lot of quick hands on defense tonight, a lot of transition points. Milbank a lot of times turns those turnovers into transition points, transition buckets. So you can listen for a lot of that tonight here on the broadcast. And of course, then the boys game, like we said, will follow here tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow, of course, is Friday. That means one thing in these radio station area. That means Pro Image Partners, All Sports Friday. Adam and Jeff will take you through it. About 8:45 the start for All Sports Friday. Of course, they'll dissect the NFL playoffs, I'm sure. And a bunch more tomorrow as we get back to live action. Now Hayden Gall going to throw it in for the Pheasants. In it goes to Youngworth. Back to Gall. Gall is going to run front court now, get it to Youngworth on the right wing. Youngworth stops at the top of the key to Gall on the right wing. They get it to the elbow to Smith. And then she kicks it back out to Gall. Cross court it goes to Giblin. Giblin puts the ball on the floor. Kicks it over now for a three. Look, a rainbow three that does not go through the hoop for Youngworth. And that's going to be a battle on the side of the court. It's going to be last touched by Redfield. So Milbank is leading here 2-0 on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Anna Negebauer into Susie Schoeneman to Sister Avery Schoeneman. Avery with it now. Right wing it goes to Susie. Top of the key, left wing, Avery. Thought about the three, doesn't take it. Addison Pauley on the left wing on the block to Bell. She's quickly triple teamed. Wraparound pass. Avery, top of the key for three. That's short. Rebound down to Smith. And she gets it to Gall. Now Gall with it across the time stripe to Youngworth on the left wing for the Pheasants. Cross court it goes to Giblin. Another cross court pass to Youngworth. Then they work it to Gall. Back to Youngworth on the left wing. Youngworth puts it on the floor. Stops at the baseline. Hands it off. That's going to be a shot up and in for two for Bryn Giblin. 5'6" junior for the Pheasants. We're tied at 2 on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Susie Schoeneman to Avery now to Pauley. Bell Pauley will trigger for 3. That's an air ball, and that's actually going to go off of Redfield out of bounds. We don't see a Bell pull the trigger very often from 3, but she did right there. And off of Redfield out of bounds. So Addison Pauley now gets set to throw the ball in, and that's going to be tipped, taken away by the Pheasants. And here comes Youngworth all the way down. She misses the easy layup shot that time, as Milbank gets the ball back now, as Avery Schoeneman, top of the key now to Pauley. Addison Pauley, Susie Schoeneman. They throw it at the feet of Negebauer. Turnover number 3 on Milbank. And here comes Gall with it now to Youngworth on the left wing. Back at top of the key to Gall. Underneath the rack it goes to Smith. Back to Gall on the right wing. Youngworth thought about taking the 3. Instead she travels with it. Turnover number 4 on Redfield with 4:44 left here in the 4:49, I beg your pardon, in the first quarter here. Kind of a cold night here in northeast South Dakota. Kind of cold on the court here as well. We're only tied at 2 here. Yeah, Susie Schoeneman now. There's a 3 ball by Addison Pauley. That misses badly. Bell with the backside rebound. Avery, nice pass by Avery, but Negebauer can't finish. They get the rebound. Susie will fire for 3. That's no good. And so 3 or 4 looks at the basket that time by Milbank, and none of them would drop. So we're still tied at 2 now with Hardy with the ball now. Over to, that's Gall. They work it around the baseline now on the perimeter. Cross court to Gall. She'll fire up for 3. That's off the window and in. Hayden Gall, didn't hear her call bank that time, but the bank wide open for a deposit on a Thursday night. And here's Avery Schoeneman zigging and zagging within the traffic, and she is going to be called for traveling. Turnover number 4 on Milbank. So Redfield is up here 5-2 on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Pheasants will get it back now with 3:57 left here in the opening quarter. Again, the boys game will follow here tonight as Giblin now. Giblin dribbles all the way down, throws it over, and there's going to be a shot from 16 on the baseline. That is no good by Katrin Evans, excuse me. Evans snuck in there, I guess, for Redfield when I wasn't looking. As that is going to be a foul called on Bryn Giblin. That's her first, Redfield's first. And here comes Milbank now with Avery Schoeneman. Ball high above the head of Avery to Susie. Left wing to Addison Pauley. To Susie. Baseline 3 for Susie. She connects. Susie Schoeneman has all 5 for Milbank. Gall with it now for the Lady Pheasants. Gets it to Youngworth, back to Gall. Gall kind of wants to run a little bit with it, and she goes all the way to the rim, doesn't finish, so gets her own rebound, puts it back up off the window. Nice effort that time by Hayden Gall. She stuck with her miss and cleaned up her own mess and put it off the window for 2. 7-5 Redfield now, 3:05 left here in the opening quarter. Ball tipped out of bounds by Redfield. In for the Pheasants, Layla Hardy, as well as Rylan Frericks. Let's see who snuck in now for Milbank. Bree Townsend in for the Lady Bulldogs. Townsend into Avery Schoeneman on the right wing. Avery left wing to Susie. Susie puts it on the court. Throws kind of a wild pass that time, but it's going to be under the legs of a Redfield defender. So Milbank will throw it in under their own basket. 7-5, Redfield leading here. Top of the key, just about intercepted by Redfield, and it is just about taken away by the Pheasants, but they can't control it going out of bounds. Layla Hardy tried to control it that time as her momentum was taking her out of bounds. But Milbank with it now. Avery Schoeneman to Susie. Back to Avery, top of the key. Left wing Bree Townsend. They try to get it to Belle Pauley on the block. They kick it back out to Avery Schoeneman now. She's going to lose control of it. Turnover number 5 on Milbank. And here comes the Pheasants with the ball now. Youngworth, they get it on the block, and that's going to be way too hot of a pass that time for Rylan Frericks. Turnover number 5 on Redfield. So Bree Townsend in now to Susie Schoeneman. Susie across the time stripe to Avery Schoeneman now. Top of the key, Bree Townsend. Back to Avery on the right wing. Avery will fire for 3. That's short. Rebound, Belle Pauley. Bell over to Susie, and that's going to get tipped, so Avery runs it down. Avery Schoeneman now. Bree Townsend left wing. They work it over to Belle Pauley. Nice move by Bell. Kicks it over to Susie on the baseline. Susie drives toward the basket. Partially blocked. Taken out of there by Evans. And here come the Pheasants now with 7-5 lead with 1:50 left here in the opening quarter. Again, the first of 2 here tonight. The boys' game will follow. There's a head-on top of the key 3. That's off the left side of the iron by Youngworth. Rebound to Negebauer. She gets it to Avery Schoeneman. Avery now to Negebauer. Susie will pull the trigger. Baseline 3. Susie puts in her second long-range shot tonight. Susie has all 8 for Milbank. So it's Susie Schoeneman 8 right now, Redfield 7 here on the Lewis Family Drug Scoreboard here at the National Guard Armory. Youngworth, they're gibbling with the ball. You get it now to Hardy. Back underneath on the block, and that's going to be Frericks dribbling it off her own foot that time. Turnover number 6 on Redfield. And Bree Townsend will get set to throw the basketball in now for Milbank. Avery Schoeneman comes to the bench. And let's see who came in for her. Let's see, Addison Pauley returned for Milbank. There we go, Addison with the ball now. There's another 3 ball by Susie from the right baseline. This time no good. Rebound taken out of there by Frericks. She took it right away from Negebauer that time. And here comes Giblin with it now for the Pheasants. Left wing, they work it. Gall stops at the baseline, gets cut off, and then she kind of throws a pass that just about not handled by Evans. But Evans handles it to Giblin. Top of the key, Gall to the free throw line. It goes. There's a 16-foot jumper on the way. That's no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Susie Schoeneman, and she's going to be fouled on the rebound. As Susie had visions of starting a fast break once again for the Lady Bulldogs. And that is going to be Lady Bulldogs now with the shot clock off here in the first quarter. Milbank by 1, 8-7. Here's Susie with the basketball now. Bree Townsend on the baseline. Nice move to the rim by Bree, but she kind of gets trapped there. She gets double teamed as she was on her way to the rim. And then there's going to be a foul called on Redfield. And that foul is called on. We'll find out. Number 31, Frericks picks up that foul. And in the meantime now, somebody came in for Redfield, didn't see who that was. But anyway, Negebauer, and that's going to be knocked off out of bounds. Last touch by the Pheasants. So Milbank now, and Bree Townsend will throw the ball in. Bree looking, gets it into Susie Schoeneman. 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Addison Pauley on the left wing. Negebauer to Townsend on the baseline. She gets it knocked back in her face, and then there's going to be a step on the out-of-bounds line by Milbank. Turnover number 6 on the Lady Bulldogs. 2.7 seconds left here in the first quarter. 8-7, Milbank in front. And Redfield is not going to get a shot off before the first quarter ends. After 1 in this girls' game, it's Milbank 8, Redfield 7. We'll be back with more hoops in 1 minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Border Lake Insurance in Milbank and Ortonville is your locally owned independent insurance agency. As an independent insurance agency, Terry Holquist and staff at Border Lake Insurance have access to multiple companies that offer home, farm, auto, commercial, life, and health products. Border Lake Insurance has 2 convenient locations. Stop by or call their Main Street office in Milbank at 605-432-5884. Or in Ortonville, call 320-839-6145. Located in Grand Marais State Bank, formerly the Sen Bank Building. Border Lake Insurance. Insurance agents you can count on.
Ready for fiber-fast internet and friendly service? Experience unbeatable speed and local support with ITC, your community-connected cooperative. When you call ITC, you're talking to a real person, a neighbor, not a robot. We take pride in offering same-day or next-day support when you need it. And our support doesn't stop there. With investment initiatives like ITC Impact, we're giving back to the communities that make us great. Faster internet and friendlier service are in reach with ITC. Get started today.
Welcome back into the broadcast booth here high above the Milbank National Guard Armory. Again, I'm Chad, glad to be along with you here on a Thursday night. Milbank with the ball starting quarter number 2. Susie Schoeneman with the rock now for the Lady Bulldogs to Addison Pauley on the right wing. Addison puts it on the floor with her left hand. Gets it over to Avery Schoeneman. Addison Pauley to Susie Schoeneman on the baseline. To Addison back on the left wing. Avery now on the right wing, and she's going to get her pocket picked that time, but Addison Pauley retrieves. Redfield pretty quick on defense as well. Then there's going to be a traveling violation on Milbank. Turnover number 7 on the Lady Bulldogs. So Redfield, a pretty good game plan here so far by Coach Tommy Gregg. They're all over Milbank defensively, and that has quite frankly shook the Lady Bulldogs, I think, a little bit so far anyway. As there's a ball that hits about 5 pairs of hands, and then there's going to be Avery Schoeneman hitting the court. And there's going to be a foul called, I believe, judging by her reaction. That is on Avery Schoeneman. So that is her first personal foul. So Redfield will trigger in now under their own basket on the baseline. They try to get it into Gall. Nothing there. So they throw it way above, and there's going to be a turnover as it goes into the backcourt. Avery is going to be on the fast break, but she's going to be fouled by the trailing Youngworth. So Redfield committed their 7th turnover. And I'll send Avery Schoeneman to the line again, courtesy of the Charlie Youngworth. First personal foul. Avery's free throw is off the front part of the rim, no good. So Milbank up by 1 here, 8-7. Offensive shootout tonight, not so much in the early going. There's a second free throw that misses by Avery as well. And Belle Pauley tried to reach for the rebound, and it goes off of her hands out of bounds. So Redfield now with some full court pressure being employed by Milbank. Gall gets it into Evans. Back to Gall. Gall dribbles with her left hand. She gets it across the court now to Giblin. She'll fire up a shot from the free throw line. That's no good. She gets her own rebound. Taken away, though, by Addison Pauley. And here comes Milbank now with Susie Schoeneman. Schoeneman now to Avery Schoeneman, and there's going to be a foul, and a foul on one of the Pheasants, I believe. And that is the preliminary indication. That is on Charlie Youngworth. That's her second. So in from Coach Tommy Gregg's bench is Layla Hardy, and she will replace the aforementioned Charlie Youngworth, who just has picked up her second personal foul here. Negebauer into Avery to Addison Pauley for 3. That's high off the back rim. No good. Rebound Anna Negebauer. Back to Avery, who will fire for 3. That is no good. That hits the overhang on the basketball hoop above the backboard, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So So that's out of bounds. So it goes back to the Pheasants now. 6:43 left here in the second quarter. Redfield with the ball. They could grab the lead right back here as they try to run the fast break, and running it down is Giblin in the corner of the court. Top of the key to Gall. Gall over to the left wing now. They get it over to Youngworth, and there's a shot, a pass way over the head that time of Layla Hardy. That was a cross-court pass, but that's going to be way over Layla Hardy's head, and there's going to be a timeout. 6:24 left in the second. Milbank 8, Redfield 7. Back with more in 30 seconds on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Quitting tobacco doesn't just add more years to your life. It can add more good years. Quitting could mean more good years chasing your grandkids around the backyard, rather than years of catching your breath in the background. Quitting could mean more good years traveling our breathtaking world, rather than getting saddled with health problems like lung disease. Quitting means playing an active part in your life, rather than just letting it pass you by. Don't miss out on life's big moments. Get your life on track and live more good years. Call 1-866-SD-QUITS to get started. Paid for by the South Dakota Department of Health
and the Milbank Tobacco Coalition.
And welcome back inside the National Guard Armory on kind of a cold, windy mid-January night here. Nice and warm here inside the National Guard Armory, though, as Milbank has the ball now off the timeout. Addison Pauley now, left wing to Schoeneman. That's Avery. Stops at the right elbow, kicks it back to Addison, back to Avery. She'll let it go for three. That is no good. Rebound taken out of there by Evans for the Pheasants, and she gets it to Gall. Gall running front court now, just about loses control, but regains control and shoots it over to Giblin. They work it now back to Giblin at the top of the key to the weaving Hardy, who has it now at the top of the key. They work it around. That three ball, that's an air ball put up that time by Evans. It's going to go out of bounds, so Milbank will take the ball now as Addison Pauley goes to the bench. Bree Townsend comes in for Milbank. Bell Pauley now to Avery Schoeneman, who looks over at Coach Tony Howard. As Avery crosses the time stripe now to Bree Townsend, to Avery on the right wing, to Bree on the left wing. They work the baseline now to Bell Pauley. As Avery Schoeneman, right elbow jumper, that's too strong. Rebound Evans. Gall, excuse me. And there's going to be a shot that hits one of the Redfield girls in the shoulder. Turnover number 10 now on Redfield. Bell Pauley on the other end. Susie Schoeneman lets it fly for three. That's no good. She's already got two from behind the arc tonight. But that one was not to go for the 8th grader. So, Gall with it now, and Coach Tommy Gregg wants a timeout. 5:01 left in the second. We'll take one as well. Milbank 8, Redfield 7. Back with more in 1 minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Ortonville Area Health Services encourages you to get your flu vaccination this year. Flu shots are available at Northside Medical Clinic in Ortonville and at the Clinton Clinic during regular clinic hours. In addition to flu shots, OAHS also offers a wide range of preventative vaccinations, including flu, COVID, RSV, and pneumonia. Protect yourself and those around you. Give everyone a fighting chance against the flu this season. Call OAHS 320-839-6157 and schedule your flu shot today. Walk-ins are always welcome.
Pro Image Partners. Pro Image Partners. So many reasons why you can turn to us. We'll help you show your pride. You want the best for work or play. We're your one-stop image shop. We'll help you show your pride. ProImagePartners.com.
And welcome back into the Milbank National Guard Armory Thursday night high school doubleheader action, girls, boys basketball. Redfield is in Milbank here tonight. Glad to have everybody along. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Gall with it now for the Pheasants. to Giblin. Giblin dribbles to the top of the key. Gall on the right wing now for Redfield to Giblin. Thought about the three, doesn't take it. They work it underneath on the block, and there is a turnaround shot by Kinley Smith. Gets it to go for two. 9-8 Redfield back in front. Bree Townsend to Avery Schoeneman now to Bree Townsend. Bell Pauley for three once again. Bell connects. Bell moving out. She's usually right under the basket, but she fired up a three in the first quarter, could not connect, but she got that one to drop. And there's some pressure defense by the Lady Bulldogs, and there's going to be a tied up ball. And possession arrow will favor the Pheasants. In this case, 11-9 on Bell Pauley's three-pointer for the Lady Bulldogs. Pheasants now get it into Giblin. Giblin, top of the key, right wing to Evans. They work it now to Gall. And that's going to be caught by Evans on the right wing. Evans, it looks like it's going to Giblin, and then Bell Pauley. Nice defense by Bell. She forces a turnover, and Susie on the fast break misses the layup. And then there's going to be a foul. So Redfield's 11th turnover was not turned into transition bucket for Milbank that time. Low scoring affair here tonight. Only 20 points scored by both teams. Milbank has 11, Redfield has 9. And it's always a danger when I do math, but that's 20 points total here tonight. Gall with it now to Youngworth. They work it underneath the block, intercepted by Negebauer. And here comes Avery Schoeneman with the basketball now. They work it back to Avery, who will fire for three at the top of the key. That does not go. Rebound to the Pheasants. And that's Youngworth. Up ahead to Hardy. They work it on the block. Leaving it short, no good that time is Redfield, and then there is going to be a rebound by Milbank, and then a foul on Redfield. A recovery, tried to recover foul that time, if you will, and that is foul number 1 on Kinley Smith. So Negebauer now into Avery Schoeneman with 3:12 left here in the opening quarter. 11-9 Milbank. There's another three by Bell that time. That is no good. And rebound pulled out of there by Youngworth, and then they get it to Giblin, and it's back to Youngworth now for the Pheasants. To Gall, who catches at the top of the key. Gall puts the ball on the floor now and gets it to Youngworth. Straight on, head on top of the key for the Pheasants. Left wing to Gall. Stops, goes over to Youngworth on the right wing. Gall, top of the key, into Frericks on the block. Partially blocked by Anna Negebauer, taken out of there Milbank. And here comes Avery Schoeneman now with the basketball to Susie Schoeneman. Susie now back over to Avery on the right wing. Baseline to Pauley, Bell Pauley. Susie Schoeneman, cross court to Avery. To Townsend, wide open for three is Bree, and that's no good. Rebound to Hardy. And she gets it to Youngworth, who in turn gets it to Hayden Gall. So they work the perimeter now. Gall, nice pass underneath, but that's blocked out of there again by Anna Negebauer. Anna playing some really nice defense down low tonight for Milbank. Addison Pauley back in now for the Lady Bulldogs. Avery Schoeneman will go out. And let's see who returned for Redfield. Kinley Smith. And let's see, Rylan Frericks, I believe. Anyway, Giblin gets it in now. Baseline three put up, and that's no good by Youngworth. She was wide open. Backside rebound put up. The putback by Gall is no good, but Hayden Gall, 5'10 senior, will go to the free throw line for Redfield. Hayden Gall has yet to appear tonight at the free throw line. 5 points. She misses that free throw. You're in tune to Classic Hits, 95.1 KMSD FM, 1510 AM, KMSD Milbank, South Dakota. Streaming audio, video, BigStoneRadio.com, and our YouTube page as well, as Gall splashes that one through the net. 11-10 now. Milbank is on top by 1. Susie Schoeneman directs traffic now for the Lady Bulldogs. Susie over to the baseline to Addison Pauley. Back to Susie Schoeneman to Bree Townsend on the left wing. Bree cross court to Addison. She'll fire for three. That rattles in. Addison Pauley finds the bottom of the net that time. 14-10. Milbank is leading now, and there's just about a turnover. Carried ball that time by Giblin, but she regains control to Gall. Back to Giblin, top of the key now. They work it on the elbow. Underneath it goes to Frerick. She's double teamed, throws up a shot, no good. Rebound again to Anna Negebauer. Boy, Anna's doing some great work under the board, like we said tonight here so far. And there's going to be a tied up ball. That goes back to Milbank's favor. Again, the boys' game to follow here. Got a lot of basketball. Get that popcorn or those potato chips or whatever you munch on. Your favorite beverage. You got a lot of basketball here tonight yet. As Pauley now, Susie Schoeneman baseline three. That's no good. Rebound, Bell Pauley. They work it back to Addison now on the left wing to Bree Townsend. Just about loses control. To Addison Pauley to Bree. Susie Schoeneman back to Bree Townsend. Addison will trigger for three again. Addison buries it. Addison Pauley back-to-back threes now for Milbank. 17-10 now. Milbank's biggest lead by far of the evening so far is 7. Here's Gall now on the baseline, and she is going to step on the out-of-bounds line. Turnover number 13 for Redfield. So 31.1 left here in the second quarter. Shot clock is off. Milbank with the ball now, taking instructions from Coach Tony Howard. Yeah, Susie Schoeneman slows the pace a little bit now for Milbank. She is about at the collar of the Bulldog logo head at center court. Now she's off to, actually Susie will pull the trigger for three on the right wing. That's no good. Rebound touched out of bounds last by Redfield's Hardy. So there's 7.3 seconds left here to play in the second quarter. 203 Realty halftime show coming up fairly shortly. Bree Townsend now looking, gets it into Susie Schoeneman. Susie with 4, 3, 2. Addison Pauley for the wing three. That's no good. And that is 1/2 in the books here tonight in the girls' game. Milbank 17 and Redfield 10 on the Lewis Family Drug Scoreboard. We'll be back to open up the 203 Realty halftime show coming up here in 3 minutes on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
The Millstone Family Restaurant is turning up the temp with their new Too Hot to Handle menu. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, the spicy chicken sandwich with crispy, deep-fried chicken, guaranteed to make your mouth water and your brow sweat. The spicy pulled pork sandwich features smoked pulled pork and enough spice to make you call your mama. And for you seafood lovers, the Firehouse Shrimp Wrap with crispy shrimp tossed in their special spicy sauce. All wrapped up and ready to go. The Too Hot to Handle menu at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Milbank.
You don't have to live with aches and pains. See Dr. Matt at Chiropractic in Motion. With a minor adjustment, headaches, numbness, and pain can be relieved. Dr. Matt is the type of chiropractor that helps his patients by correcting the problem with as few visits as possible. Chiropractic in Motion looks forward to seeing their customers outside of the office, enjoying their lifestyle with a smile. The next time you have aches and pains, count on the helping hands of Dr. Matt. He's there when you need him. Chiropractic in Motion, Sports Injury and Family Wellness Center, Highway 12, Milbank. Johnson Family Dentistry wants to remind you of the steps to a bright and healthy smile for life. Remember to brush your teeth 3 times each day. Use mouthwash after brushing. And floss your teeth each day. Visit Johnson Family Dentistry twice a year for regular cleaning and checkups. And be sure and change your toothbrush every 3 months. Dr. Johnson and Dr. Holmquist are now accepting new patients. Call Johnson Family Dentistry in Milbank. More information at MilbankDentist.com.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump. To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun. Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank and Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com. Member FDIC.
Lewis Family Drug is your one-stop location. In addition to quality prescription and non-prescription drugs with free delivery, Lewis has a huge selection of everyday basics and name brands and specialty items, always at affordable prices. They carry seasonal items, fabrics, crafts, and groceries. Shopping at your local Lewis Drug is more simple and more rewarding than ever. Download the Lewis mobile app to add on-the-go convenience to your errands. Lewis Family Drug. Everyday savings close to home.
Haslam Construction in Ortonville, Minnesota is known for their quality work. Additions to the Valley Queen Cheese Factory and First Bank and Trust, St. Lawrence School, Milbank Elementary, Ortonville Area Health Services, and the Big Stone County Highway Department Garage, and so many other projects over the years. They are known for their quality work and professionalism on the job. That's what makes Haslam Construction the contractor you want for your building projects. Go with the people you trust. Haslam Construction, Ortonville, Minnesota.
Welcome back to the 203 Realty halftime show here from the Milbank National Guard Armory. 203 Realty is proud to support the Milbank Bulldogs, buyers and sellers. Visit 203realty.com for all of your real estate needs. Well, a relatively low-scoring game by Lady Bulldog standards here so far tonight. Milbank is leading 17-10 on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. After one quarter, it was Milbank leading 8-7. Redfield adds 3 in that second quarter. Milbank adds 9. 17-10. Milbank is leading here at halftime intermission. Individual scoring, first of all, for the Pheasants. Hayden Gall with 6 points. Bryn Giblin and Kinley Smith with 2 apiece. For Coach Tommy Gregg, and their total of 10 here at halftime intermission. For Milbank, Susie Schoeneman, 2 3-balls tonight to go with a 2-point bucket. She's got 8 to lead the way for Milbank. Addison Pauley next in line with 2 threes for 6 points. Belle Pauley with a 3 of her own. She's got 3 points. Avery Schoeneman has missed a couple of free throws, so she's scoreless here in the first half, as is Anna Negebauer. Bree Townsend has seen some action as well. Again, Susie Schoeneman with 8, Addison Pauley with 6, Belle Pauley with 3 for Milbank, and their total of 17 points. Milbank from the free throw line, 0 for 2. Redfield 1 for 2. Turnovers, Milbank 7 and Redfield 13. Again, the JV girls game tonight went to Milbank 40-7. Didn't get a C game score for the girls. Sorry about that. But anyway, you're locked and loaded into the 203 Realty halftime show here tonight for the girls game. Again, the boys game will follow coming up here. I suppose about 15 minutes after the girls game, we'll have the boys game in the doubleheader on a chilly cold January 15th night here in Milbank, South Dakota. Again, glad to have everybody along. If you're on KMSD or watching on our video stream or audio stream as well, glad to have you along here tonight. We're going to take a final break here in the 203 Realty halftime show. We'll tell you what's coming up for the Milbank athletes here in the short term. Give you a hint, it's going to get really busy here, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be back to conclude the 203 Realty halftime show in 3 minutes on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Fuel up for the day and grab your favorites at Johnson Oil in Redfield. Whether you're headed to the big game, traveling across town, or just need a quick snack and a cold drink, Johnson Oil has you covered. From fresh coffee in the morning to fuel for your car and your team spirit, we're proud to serve our community every day. Johnson Oil is a proud supporter of area athletics. Good luck to all the teams in today's contest from Johnson Oil in Redfield. At RDO Equipment of Redfield, supporting the youth of our community is at the heart of everything they do. As your trusted John Deere dealer, RDO understands the importance of dedication, teamwork, and building a strong future for Redfield. Stop by 17440 Highway 281 or call 605-472-2540. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. RDO Equipment of Redfield, proud to support the Redfield Pheasants and the community that makes it all possible.
Redfield Energy, a dry mill plant in Redfield, South Dakota, has the capacity to process approximately 20 million bushels of corn per year into ethanol. They produce 230,000 tons of modified wet and dry distiller's grain, which is sold to the local and West Coast markets. Redfield Energy takes pride in providing a positive economic impact to the agricultural industry, community, state, and its unit holders. Redfield Energy is a proud supporter and sponsor of Redfield Athletics.
Redfield Food Center has great deals this week. Get USDA Choice Bottom Round Roast for just $5.99 a pound. Bone-in assorted pork chops only $1.99 a pound. And bone-in country-style pork ribs, $2.99 a pound. Stock up on fresh berries as well. Blueberries by the pint or blackberries or raspberries 6-ounce size. And Honey Crisp or Cosmic Crisp apples are $1.99 a pound. And don't forget to fire up the grill with USDA Choice T-bone steaks at $12.99 a pound. Additional deals can be found at RedfieldFoodCenter.com.
Need top quality lumber and hardware? Come to SPS Lumber and Hardware at Redfield, located at 701 West 3rd Street. They're there to help with all your home projects. Stores open Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 5, and Sundays 10 to 3. Experience the outstanding customer service and join in supporting the Redfield Pheasants. Visit doitfast.com or call 605-472-2550. SPS Lumber and Hardware, your hometown choice for quality and service.
And that's just about going to do it for the 203 Realty halftime show. But coming up tomorrow, girls wrestling is at Harrisburg. Saturday, boys wrestling is at Mitchell. Saturday, gymnastics team is at the Madison Invite. And the girls and boys will next be in action on Tuesday night at Summit against a doubleheader against Waubay Summit on Tuesday night. Of course, we'll have all the action for you here on Tuesday night on KMSD. Well, I suppose, again, the girls pregame about 6:20 or so, 6:30 tip-off from Summit, and the boys will follow it, of course, about 7:45 or 8 or so on Tuesday night. Don't forget Sports Friday tomorrow from 8:45 to 10 with Adam and Jeff, and that's going to do it for the 203 Realty halftime show. 203 Realty is proud to support the Milbank Bulldogs. Buyers and sellers, visit 203realty.com for all of your real estate needs. Alrighty, again, you're in tune to Classic Hits 95.1 KMSD FM, 1510 AM. KMSD, Milbank, South Dakota, streaming audio and video, BigStoneRadio.com, and of course our YouTube page as well. There, I think we got you covered. Redfield is going to start the third quarter with the basketball here as Hayden Gall will throw the ball in. Coach Tony Howard getting some final instructions here to his girls. And now Milbank breaks huddle. So again, Hayden Gall now is going to throw the ball in for the Pheasants on side court. And she gets it into Youngworth. Here come the Pheasants now. Youngworth puts the ball on the floor with her left hand. Now back to the right hand. And that is going to be Giblin now. They work the baseline. There's a three ball put up and in by Hayden Gall. Her second three tonight. It's 17-13 now. Milbank by 4. Here come the Lady Bulldogs now. Avery Schoeneman. They work the baseline. Back to Avery on the right wing. To Addison Pauley. Avery with the answer three. She rattles that one home. So Avery is in the scoring column now. That's her first three ball here tonight. Her first bucket. 20-13. Milbank back in front by 7. And Giblin with it now. Leaves it off for Youngworth. Top of the key to Giblin, who just about loses control. They try to get it on the elbow, and they do, but it's taken away by Addison Pauley. And here comes Milbank now. Avery Schoeneman. Addison Pauley, left wing three. Addison drops it in. Addison's third three tonight. She's got 9 points. All of a sudden, Milbank is up by 10, 23-13. And the Pheasants work the right elbow now. They work it to Youngworth. Underneath the basket. That's a turnaround shot from 5. No good for Smith. And that's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Redfield. And there's going to be a timeout called by Coach Greg. And I think we're just going to leave it right here on a Thursday night. So, again, we want to catch a time here to thank our sponsors, including Dakota Country Ag, Bean Pharmacy, Milbank Ford, Schmitz Landing, Al's Body Shop, Bean Pharmacy, Street Graphics, 203 Realty, Border Lake Insurance, the Milbank ITC of Milbank, the Milbank Tobacco Coalition, Ortonville Area Health Services, as well as Avera Milbank Medical Center, Milbank Area Hospital of Avera, Haslam Construction, Lewis Family Drug, First Bank and Trust of Milbank, Johnson Family Dentistry, Chiropractic in Motion, Millstone Family Restaurant, and Pro Image Partners. And our video stream sponsors as well. As if you're watching our video stream, I will scroll those sponsors right now, and thank you to those fine folks as well. So Milbank now off the timeout. Will, with 6:34 left in the third, inbounds the ball now, leading by 10. Milbank 23, Redfield 13. Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Negebauer now to Susie Schoenemann. Susie to Addison Pauley on the left wing. Now she dribbles to the top of the key. Avery Schoenemann now to Susie on the baseline. Back to Avery on the right wing, to Addison Pauley now on the left wing. And Addison catches again, dribbles toward the top of the key for Milbank. They get it underneath to Bell Pauley. Bell will be pushed underneath the basket. And that foul is going to be called on Redfield. And that is called on Kinley Smith. I believe that is Kinley's second personal foul. So Addison Pauley now. It'll go into Susie Schoenemann, to Avery Schoenemann, to Addison Pauley, just about taken away by the Pheasants, to Avery now on the right wing. She dribbles it off her foot, just about loses control of it, and then there is going to be a traveling called by, traveling on Redfield, as they made an initial steal, but then going on her back was one of the Lady Pheasants that time to try to control, and she traveled in the meantime. So Milbank throws it in now, side court, leading 23-13. Susie Schoenemann now to Addison Pauley on the left wing. Addison now cross court. It goes on the baseline to Avery Schoenemann. Avery puts the ball on the court. Nice pass into Anna Negebauer. She misses from short range. Rebound taken out of there by Hardy, and then Hardy is going to be fouled, I believe, by Anna. A little bit of frustration there by Anna. She missed the shot from point-blank range. And there's going to be a foul, like we said, called on Anna Negebauer. That should be her first, and it is. Full court pressure being put on by Milbank now. Youngworth into Giblin, who just about traveled with it. Gets it back to Gall, though, to Giblin on the right wing now. Underneath the basket it goes. Turnaround from 5. That goes in for Kinley Smith. She's got 4 points now. It's 23-15. Milbank by 8. As Avery now to Anna on the right wing. Cross court to Susie. She'll fire for 3. Susie Schoenemann drops in her third 3 tonight. She's got 11 now. 5 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third quarter. 26-15 Milbank. And there's going to be a tip and just about a takeaway by Anna Negebauer that time. And then there's going to be a foul called on Redfield. And that foul was called on Layla Hardy. That is her first personal foul. So Negebauer now into Susie Schoenemann. 4:51 left here in the third quarter. Avery thought about shooting up a shot from the left elbow, and she had a hand in her face, so she did not shoot it. And then there's going to be another foul called. And that's going to be on number 5, I believe, for Redfield, Charlie Youngworth. That's her third. So Youngworth goes to the bench. In is Evans. Katrin Evans. So, Avery into Susie, back to Avery on the left wing, to the baseline, Addison Pauley, Avery left wing, back to Addison on the baseline, into Bell, she puts it on the floor, Bell Pauley, and in for 2. Belle Pauley relatively quiet tonight. She's got 5. But Milbank's, the Bakers dozen lead, 28-13 or 15, and then there's a takeaway by Milbank. Susie Schoenemann up to Addison Pauley. Addison now to Negebauer on the left elbow. To Susie now, who puts it on the floor. Goes to Addison on the baseline. Addison Pauley back to Susie Schoenemann, left wing. Back to Addison. She'll fire for another 3. Addison Pauley, 4 from long range tonight. She's got 12 points, 4 from behind the arc. 31-15. Boy, those three-pointers, they change the complexion of a game, don't they? Shot missed by Redfield. Rebound cleared by Anna Negebauer, and then she steps on the out-of-bounds line. So we'll have to give Milbank their 8th turnover, but nice effort that time by Anna, but just her momentum kind of carried her a little bit out of bounds that time, basically. Bree Townsend back in for Milbank now. Addison Pauley to the bench. And they look and look. Redfield gets it in on the baseline now to Gall. Gall, nice dribble drive toward the basket, up off the glass on the run for 2. Hayden Gall now with 11. That was a nice looking move that time by number 13. 31-17 now. Milbank has the ball with the lead. And Avery now, Bree Townsend to Susie on the left baseline. They work the perimeter now. Firing for 3 is Avery. That's going to be short. Anna Negebauer right there for the putback. Anna cleans up the mess and puts it off the window for 2. That's her first 2 tonight. She's had a lot of rebounds, though, for Milbank. I guess I can't quite keep track of everything here during the game, but Anna has pulled out a number of rebounds, and that's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Pheasants. So that's their 17th turnover now, and I think Coach Gregg is going to want a timeout. 3:06 left in the third. We'll be back with more basketball. Bulldogs 33, Redfield 17. Back with more basketball in 1 minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Apple Oil has been delivering fuel you can count on to Redfield and the surrounding area for over 20 years. They provide bulk diesel and gasoline, along with heating fuel and farm fuel delivery for homes, farms, and businesses across the region. When you need dependable service and on-time delivery, count on Apple Oil. They're proud supporters of area student athletes and appreciate the business of the communities they serve. Call Apple Oil at 605-472-0136. Apple Oil, fueling the region with service you can trust.
Apple's Quick Stop is your full-service convenience store located in Redfield, South Dakota. Fill up your car with premium gasoline, plus don't forget about the pizza, the snacks, ice, beer, and candy, and so much more. And oh, by the way, they're open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. till 11 p.m. And did we mention they're a proud supporter of area athletics? Apple's Quick Stop in Redfield, South Dakota wishes the best of luck to the Pheasants in tonight's game. Swing on by Apple's Quick Stop in Redfield, South Dakota at 23 West 7th Avenue. For questions, call 605-472-2626.
And welcome back into the Milbank National Guard Armory. Milbank on a 16-7 run here in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. 33-17. Milbank is leading. Anna Negebauer free throw line kicks it over to Susie for 3. That's no good. Rebound Negebauer back to Susie, to Townsend, to Avery. And there's going to be a takeaway by Redfield. Turnover for Milbank. That's their 9th. As Evans stepped in front of that one and took that one away. And now just about a turnover by the Pheasants, and they go into the back court, and that is going to be an over and back. So turnover number 18 now on Redfield. Bree Townsend is going to throw the ball in literally right below us here at the National Guard Armory. So Bree Townsend now will get the ball in to Susie Schoenemann. Susie off the right wing now to Avery, to Anna at the free throw line. Negebauer over to Susie on the baseline. She'll fire again for 3. That's short. Rebound to Belle Pauley. To Avery Schoenemann. Nice wraparound pass to Anna, but there's going to be a tied up ball, and that possession will stay with Milbank. 2:19 left in the third. 33-17 Milbank. Again, the boys' game will follow here tonight. Bree Townsend goes into Avery Schoenemann. Now back to Bree on the baseline. She'll fire for 3. That hits the back of the backboard. And that's going to go out of bounds. Or the side of the backboard, I guess technically I should say. Here comes the Pheasants now with Gall. Gall gets it to Hardy, back to Gall. They work it to Youngworth. And back to Gall, and then there's going to be a shot put up, no good by Frericks. But Rylan Frericks will be at the free throw line for 2 shots. The 6-foot freshman for Coach Tommy Gregg with 2:01 left here in this third quarter. 33-17 Milbank. Again, Milbank is on a 16-7 run here in the third quarter. Free throw is good. Frericks breaks up that streak right there as that foul was on Anna Negebauer. That's her second. So 2:01 left here in the third quarter. It's 33-18 now. Milbank, second free throw. That rattles in as well for Rylan Frericks. And here comes Milbank now with Avery Schoenemann. Avery to Susie. Susie back to Avery on the right wing. Just dribbles it off her foot, but regains control. Back to Susie now, top of the key. Back to Avery on the right wing. The Schoenemann sisters playing catch. Now Bree Townsend goes there and catches the ball from Anna. Back to Bree to Avery on the baseline. Cross court to Susie. Susie puts it on the floor, just about travels, but Belle Pauley for 3. That's off the right side of the rim, no good. Belle Pauley has fired up at least 3 threes tonight. Usually she's right under the basket, but they're moving her out a little bit on the perimeter here, at least tonight. And in the meantime, there's going to be another turnover on Redfield as they throw the ball out of bounds. That is turnover number 19 now on Redfield. As Bree Townsend into Susie Schoenemann now, 76 seconds left here in the third quarter. Avery to Susie to Bree Townsend. Back to Susie Schoenemann. They work it to Avery, wraparound pass. It's a nice one and a nice finish by Anna Negebauer. As she kisses it off the glass. Anna with 4 points now. And it's 35-19 Milbank. Lewis Family Drug Scoreboard trapped toward midcourt. Now Redfield can't go anywhere with it. And then there's going to be a tied up ball as about 4 bodies, 2 from either side, hit the floor. And that possession arrow should favor the Pheasants this time, and it does. Addison Pauley back in for Milbank now. Avery Schoenemann to the bench. Lydia Gall back in for Milbank for her first appearance tonight. Belle Pauley goes to the bench. So Redfield gets the ball in now to Giblin on the right baseline. Giblin kicks it back now to Evans. Back to Giblin. They work it on the left wing to Youngworth. She dribbles to the free throw line. On the baseline now to Evans. Shot, kind of an awkward one put up by Kinley Smith, but it got the job done for Kinley. She's going to go to the line for a pair of free throws. And that foul is going to be whistled on Lydia Gall, I believe, and that is her first. Free throw is good as that rattles in for Kinley Smith. 1 for 1 from the line tonight, 5 points for number 30. Kinley Smith's second free throw now is upcoming. There it is. That goes in about the same way the first one did. They both count. As that one rattles in as well. 35-21 now. Milbank with the ball by 14. Avery or Susie now on the baseline. Back to Addison Pauley. Bree Townsend, top of the key. Over to Susie on the baseline. Addison Pauley just about gets her pocket picked, and running it down is Lydia Gall. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Susie all the way around the perimeter. Kicks it over to Addison for 3 at the buzzer. And that counts. Addison Pauley closes out the third quarter with her 5th three-pointer of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 38-21 after 3. We'll be back with quarter number 4 in 1 minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Step into 2026 with a brand new look from Back to the Rack Consignment in Redfield. As the new year begins, we want to share our deepest appreciation for our loyal customers. Thank you for making our success possible. We're ready to serve you with the same unbeatable deals on name brand clothing, footwear, and home accents. Find us off Main Street on East 7th Avenue, Tuesday through Friday from 10 till 5 and Saturdays until 3. Your style, your rack. Trust Back to the Rack.
Well, if it isn't my favorite demolition derby driver, looks like you went and bought a new ride, huh?
Nope, I took my mangled mess over to Chuck's Body Shop, just like you said.
That's the same car?
That's right, dude. Chuck's Body Shop fixed up the windshield, smoothed out the rough spots, and gave a full-on reboot to my crashed car.
So what you're saying is you owe me one for recommending Chuck's.
Sure. What do you need?
And let me borrow your car this weekend. Mine's too embarrassing now.
Just call Chuck's, man. Remember, Chuck's Body Shop in Redfield at 472-2501.
Now, don't get all announcer-like on me.
Addison Pauly tonight nails one from 3 at the end of the third quarter. Addison with 5 3-pointers tonight. She's got 15. Milbank as a team, 10 threes through 3 quarters. Milbank lighting it up from behind the perimeter, and there's another one shot up by Addison. That's no good this time, though. Rebound gotten down by Rylan Frericks, and then she's fouled. So nice box-out rebounding position that time by Rylan Frericks, and she is fouled by Belle Pauly. That's Belle's second foul tonight. Youngworth with it now for the Pheasants. Over to Evans, and it's going to get tipped and just about taken away by Milbank, but Youngworth regains control now for Redfield. Youngworth on the block. It gets tipped, taken away by Milbank, tipped by Belle Pauly, and taken away by the Lady Bulldogs. Avery Schooneman now to Susie Schooneman, to Townsend, to Susie. Baseline, Addison for 3. That's no good. Milbank feeding the hot hand right now. Addison Pauly, like I said, she dropped one in right at the buzzer at the end of the third quarter. Now she's shot up 2 threes here in the fourth quarter, not connecting on either to this point. And now Addison gets it into Susie Schooneman. Now top of the key, it goes to Avery, to Bree Townsend, to Susie Schooneman. Susie, nice pass underneath to Belle Pauly. And that is going to, are they going to give her the continuation on that one? I think they maybe are. The basket is good by Bell. And Bell to the free throw line for the and one. So it's 40-21 now Milbank. That foul is called on Katrin Evans. That's her first. Bell's free throw, that rattles in. 8 points now for Belle Pauly, and it's 41-21. Milbank all of a sudden has built a 20-point lead, and then there's going to be a traveling violation. That sticky Milbank defense forces a traveling violation in the backcourt on the Pheasants. They have 21 turnovers now. As Townsend into Susie Schooneman, back to Bree on the left wing, to Avery at the left elbow, to Bree. They work it to Pauly. Addison fires for 3. That's no good. Rebound, Bree Townsend. Nice fly-in rebound that time by Bree. She missed the putback, but Bree Townsend earns 2 free throws. I mean, Bree absolutely came from, well, just about literally nowhere that time and flew in, grabbed the board, the putback, no, but Bree is at the line for 2 free throws. She misses that one off the left side of the rim that time. Her first appearance tonight at the free throw line for Bree Townsend. She's looking for her first point here tonight as well. This would be a good time for it right here. And that goes off the left side of the rim as well. And here comes backcourt pressure again by Milbank. Take away Susie Schooneman. Susie to the rack, up and in for 2. Susie literally picked the pocket that time, and then there's going to be a traveling violation on Redfield. 23 turnovers for Redfield. So this Milbank defense now really ratcheting things up. Milbank all of a sudden up by 22 points. This was a 17-10 lead for Milbank at halftime. And then there's going to be a takeaway by Redfield, and then Avery will try to recover, and she'll commit the foul. Avery Schooneman will pick up her second personal foul. has 3 fouls. So there is Giblin in the backcourt, just about loses it to Gall. Gall now with it for the Pheasants. To Giblin. To Youngworth. Back to Giblin, top of the key. Giblin now left wing to Smith. Giblin top of the key. Youngworth will fire it for 3, and she connects. Charlie Youngworth. With her first bucket tonight, she's got 3 points. 43-24, Milbank into Bell Pauley. Short shot from point-blank range, misses for Bell. Rebound to Gall for the Pheasants. Gall with it now to Giblin on the left wing. Giblin puts the ball on the floor. Jump stop at the top of the key to Gall. She'll fire a 3. That's offline. Rebound to Addison Pauley now for Milbank. Again, the boys' game will follow here in the doubleheader. Avery Schoeneman now with the ball to Addison Pauley. Catches top of the key. Left wing to Susie Schoeneman. Top of the key to Bree, to Avery on the right wing. Back to Addison Pauley now to Bree Townsend at the free throw line. Avery open for 3. She misses. Rebound to Gall. And here comes Gall now with the basketball for the Pheasants to Giblin on the left wing. Giblin calls out the play. Ball high above the head now. Left wing to Youngworth. Back to Giblin. Back to Youngworth. Playing a little perimeter catch now. Back to Giblin on the left wing. Giblin dribbles all the way to the free throw line, stops. Youngworth thought about the 3, doesn't take it, and there is going to be a whistle away from the ball, and that's going to be on one of the Lady Bulldogs, the foul. That's their 3rd team foul of the 4th quarter, and that's going to be on Bell Pauley. That is her 2nd foul. Addison Pauley, Susie Schoeneman off now for Milbank. Violet Johnson and Anna Negebauer back in for the Lady Bulldogs. Giblin now is going to get set to throw it in for Redfield. In it goes. There's a 3 ball put up and no good by Hardy. Rebound to Milbank, and here they come now with Avery Schoeneman. 43-24. Milbank is in front here with 4:25 left in the game. Bree Townsend now to Avery Schoeneman, top of the key. Avery over to Bree on the right wing. They get it to Negebauer at the free throw line. She shot the ball way over Bell Pauley that time. Bell thought it was tipped, but the official didn't think so, so Redfield gets the ball on Milbank's 11th turnover. And here comes the ball now in for the Pheasants. Giblin, and then they work it to Hardy. Back to Giblin now with it, and Giblin is going to be fouled, I believe, by Violet Johnson, as Violet gets her first personal foul for Milbank. So Hardy will trigger in now. Side court for the Pheasants. Into Giblin. Giblin with it now for the Pheasants to Evans. Back to Giblin, excuse me. Top of the key it goes now, just off to the right of the top of the key to Hardy. To Evans. They throw it way over the head of the intended receiver, Giblin, that time. Turnover number 11 in the half. Turnover number 24 overall for the Pheasants. And coming in now for Redfield is Hayden Gall, and going out is Bryn Giblin. Milbank with the ball with 3:48 left in the game, leading 43-24 on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Bree Townsend now to Schoeneman, Avery, back to Bree, back to Avery, to Negebauer at the free throw line. There's a 3 by Violet Johnson off the backboard. Didn't hear Violet call bank from all the way up here, but the bank wide open for a late night deposit for Violet Johnson from 3. 46-24 now. Milbank is in front. That is Milbank's 11th 3-ball tonight. So 33 of Milbank's 46 points have been scored via the long bomb tonight. Free throw by Youngworth, front end of 2 is no good. Addison Pauley and Violet Johnson out, Bree Townsend out, I should say. Susie Schoeneman, Addison Pauley back in for Coach Tony Howard. Second free throw by Youngworth. That splashes right through the net. She's 1 for 2 from the line. 4 points tonight, 46-25. Milbank still up by 21, though, as Avery Schoeneman with the basketball now to Addison Pauley, to Negebauer at the free throw line. Anna moves toward the basket, puts it up, no good. Rebound is out of there by Frericks for the Pheasants to Youngworth, and then she has literally picked her pocket by Avery Schoeneman. Avery down the other end for the layup, and she's going to be fouled by Youngworth, who came back on defense quite nicely that time, but Youngworth could not hold back from committing the foul. So that foul is number 4 on Charlie Youngworth. Free throw by Avery Schoeneman is up and in. Avery with 4 points here tonight. Giblin back in, as well as Rylan Frericks for the Pheasants. Second free throw now by Avery. That splashes right through the net. So it's 48-25, Milbank, 2:48, and there's another backcourt turnover by the Pheasants. Susie Schoeneman to Avery. That's good ball movement between the Schoeneman sisters. Avery on the assist from Susie. Avery puts it in. 50-25 now. Milbank has doubled their lead. And there is Frericks running hook shot, no good. And there's a shot put up from 16 by Evans. That's no good. About 4 bodies hit the floor. We've got bodies flying all over the place on the court. Hopefully all the young ladies are okay, but it looks like they are. And that's going to be a foul on Redfield now. Foul number 3 on uniform number 2, Bryn Giblin. 2:19 left to play in the game. Milbank 50-25 over the Redfield Pheasants. Avery Schoeneman now baseline, back to Avery on the right wing. Milbank just slowing it down a little bit. Of course, they can afford to with a 25-point lead, obviously. As Addison Pauley now on the left wing, they get it underneath to Bell. Pauley puts it up from point-blank range. Bell connects. So Bell in doubles now with 10. And it's 52-25. Another takeaway by Milbank. And here come the Lady Bulldogs. Avery Schoeneman now. She gets it back. Baseline 3 by Avery. She drops it in. Milbank's 12th 3 as a team tonight, 55-25. All of a sudden, Milbank has a 30-point lead. Redfield has scored 4 points here in the fourth quarter. Milbank has hung 17 so far here in the fourth quarter. As Gall now with 1:15 left in the game. Running floater on the baseline. That's no good by Giblin. Rebound putback is no good either. And that's going to be touched out of bounds. Last touch by Milbank. Lydia Gall, Bailey Hendricks, Bree Townsend in for Milbank. Bell Pauley and the Schoeneman sisters go out for Milbank, Avery and Susie. 55-25. Milbank shortly will go to 7-1 on the season. And then there is going to be a foul on the inbounds pass. So that is Milbank's over the limit 5th foul and more. So going to the free throw line for a pair of shots is Kinley Smith. Kinley with 6 points tonight, 2 for 2 from the line. Kinley Smith free throw, that's short. Bree Townsend back in now. Addison Pauley will go to the bench. That foul, by the way, was on Lydia Gall. That's her second personal. Free throw on the way. That is good by Kinley Smith. So it's 55-26, 65 seconds left in the game. Townsend now left wing to Gall. To Townsend on the right wing now. She gets it to Hendricks, left wing Gall. Cross court it goes, and that pass was into the hands of Tony Howard, but I know Coach Howard wasn't in the play on that particular play. 12 turnovers by Milbank. 37 seconds left here in the game. 55-26. Milbank is leading, and they will pick up the victory. Like we said, we're going to do a quick post game, and then we will take a quick break, send it back to the studios, and then we'll be back with more of the boys. There's a 3-ball put up and in by Maddie Morissette. 55-29. Milbank could hold on to it. We'll see if they do here. 10-9. That's how many seconds are left. It looks like Milbank will just dribble it out. So your final score here tonight, Milbank 55, Redfield 29. We'll be back in 1 minute with the postgame. We'll be back in 1 minute.
This year, Pioneer celebrates a century of innovation. From the first corn hybrid to the latest innovation like Vorseed and Less Corn or Pioneer brand Z-Series soybeans. They're proud to be the one you count on when every bushel counts. Plant the 100th season of Pioneer. Contact Paul or Riley at Dakota Country Egg Service in Milbank today at 605-467-0715 or 605-949-4170 to learn more.
Milbank Ford isn't just a dealership. It's part of your journey. Whether you're cruising toward adventure or hauling hometown pride, they've got the ride to get you there. Stop in and explore their lineup of tough F-Series trucks, fuel-efficient SUVs, and family-ready crossovers, all backed by local service you can count on. The road starts in Milbank, but it could take you anywhere. Come and find your Ford today at Milbank Ford, where small-town trust meets big-time value.
And welcome back to the post game of the girls game. Milbank wins tonight in the girls game 55-29. Milbank goes to 7-1 on the season. Redfield drops to 2-5. After one quarter, it was 8-7 Milbank, 17-10 Milbank at half, 38-21 Milbank after 3, and then 55-29 Milbank wins. Individually for Redfield, Hayden Gall with 11, Kinley Smith with 7, and then it was Charlie Youngworth with 4, Maddie Morissette with 3, Bryn Giblin with 2, Ryland Frericks with 2, and their total of 29 points. Redfield 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Milbank had 4 girls in double figures tonight. Addison Pauley with 15 to lead the way. All 5 were 3 balls, by the way, for Addison. 15 for Addison Pauley. Susie Schoenemann with 13. Belle Pauley with 10. Avery Schoenemann with 10. Anna Negebauer with 4. Lila Johnson with 3. Milbank with 12 3-pointers tonight. Milbank 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Turnovers, the story of the game. Redfield 27 in the turnover department. Milbank with 12. We are going to take a break and we'll be back with the boys game. And so again, the girls from Milbank win here tonight 55-29. And now we're going to send it back to KMSD and we'll be back for the boys game. We're going to send it back now to the studios of KMSD Radio.
Your call is now being...
KMSD, Milbank, Classic Hits 95.1 and 1510 AM, a Big Stone radio station.
Fox News, I'm Tom Mercani. Protests continue against ICE in Minneapolis the day after age.
And welcome back out to the National Guard Armory. It's the boys' turn now in the doubleheader. Milbank against Redfield. Milbank in at 5-2 for this game. Redfield with a record of 1-4. Good evening, everybody. Again, I'm Chad Knowles. Glad to be out here with you. Milbank, of course, coming off a 64-61 win over Hillsborough Central Valley on Saturday. Lincoln Holster 25 points that afternoon. Sam Rick with 16. Jeter Schooler with 14. Milbank 12 threes as a team on Saturday. Redfield lost 76-52 to Miller on Tuesday. JV game for the boys goes to Milbank tonight, 59-20. Of course, if you're just tuning in, the girls game, Milbank's girls go to 7-1 on the season with a 55-29 win over tonight over Redfield. Addison Pauley leads the way for Milbank with 15. Susie Schoenemann with 13. Avery Schoenemann with 10. And Belle Pauley with 10 as well for Milbank. Milbank's girls, ironically, hit 12 threes tonight as a team as well. Redfield with the loss drops to 2-6. Hayden Gall led the way with 11 points for the Lady Pheasants. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with the starting lineups and the tip-off of the boys game. We'll be back in 2 minutes on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986. This year, Pioneer celebrates a century of innovation. From the first corn hybrid to the latest innovation like Vorseed and less corn, or Pioneer brand Z Series soybeans. They're proud to be the one you count on when every bushel counts. Plant the 100th season of Pioneer. Contact Paul or Riley at Dakota Country Egg Service in Milbank today at 605-467-0715 or 605-949-4170 to learn more.
Milbank Ford isn't just a dealership. It's part of your journey. Whether you're cruising toward adventure or hauling hometown pride, they've got the ride to get you there. Stop in and explore their lineup of tough F-Series trucks, fuel-efficient SUVs, and family-ready crossovers, all backed by local service you can count on. The road starts in Milbank, but it could take you anywhere. Come and find your Ford today at Milbank Ford, where small-town trust meets big-time value.
Dreaming of a getaway? Escape to Schmidt's Landing on beautiful Big Stone Lake. Whether you're casting for walleyes, perch your bass, or just enjoying the stunning views, Schmidt's Landing has something for everyone. Relax in comfortable lakeside suites, or set up your camper or tent for a long weekend. How about spending this summer at your seasonal RV spot? There are also boat and pontoon rentals, plus a fully stocked C-store with bait and licenses. Discover a family adventure or a peaceful retreat at Schmidt's Landing. Visit schmidtslanding.com and like them on Facebook.
And we are getting ready here for the boys' game in the doubleheader. The Milbank drum line just performs a little bit toward the beginning of this game. So let's meet the starting lineups. First of all, for the Redfield Pheasants, they go 5'11 senior, number 42, Eloy Carcinero, 5'11 junior, number 3, Jackson Rude, a 6-foot junior, number 30, Micah Zastro, a 6-foot sophomore, number 10, Grady Holscher, and a 6'2 sophomore, number 21, Isaac Bannister. Redfield at 1-4 on the season is coached by Jake Phillips. He's assisted by Cole DeSpigler. Now for your Milbank Bulldogs at 5-2 on the season, they'll start at one guard, 5'11 junior, number 2, Jeter Schooler. Another guard, 6-foot junior, number 1, Sam Rick. A forward, number 3, 6'1 senior, Ryan Keaton. Another forward, 6'1 senior, number 13, Jack Howard. And the center, 6'4 sophomore, number 0, Lincoln Holscher. Milbank 5-2, coached by Logan Deedy. He's assisted by Travis Lester and Carter Malone. Again, they are going to turn out the lights here in Milbank, so I tell you what we're going to do. We are going to be back with basketball in 1 minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com. Back in 1 minute.
Are you in need of collision repair? Look no further than Al's Body Shop. Their team of expert technicians has years of experience and are dedicated to getting your car or truck back on the road in no time. From minor dings to major body damage, they've got you covered. And with their state-of-the-art equipment, they can handle any make or model. Plus, they work with all insurance companies to make the process as easy as possible. Don't let an accident slow you down. Go see Al's Body Shop today. Al's Body Shop, Milbank. Quality collision repair you can trust. Bean Pharmacy is your hometown family-owned independent pharmacy conveniently located within the Milbank Area Healthcare Campus. Bean Pharmacy is a full-service pharmacy specializing in fast, accurate, and friendly service. They also offer a full line of over-the-counter products such as vitamins, first aid, and diabetic supplies. Need your prescriptions mailed or delivered? Bean Pharmacy can do that too, and it's free. Don't forget about their convenient drive-thru for quality healthcare for the entire family. See Bean Pharmacy located in the Milbank Area Healthcare Campus.
And welcome back inside the Milbank National Guard Armory. Milbank's starters are going to be introduced here, and let's introduce them at the same time. Again for you, 6'4 sophomore, number 0, Lincoln Holscher. A 6-foot junior, number 1, Sam Rick. A 5'11 junior, number 2, Jeter Schooler. A 6'1 senior, number 3, Ryan Keaton. And a 6'1 senior, number 13, Jack Howard. All right, Milbank again coached by Logan Deedy. He's assisted by Travis Lester, Carter Malone. Redfield coached by Jake Phillips. He's assisted by Cole DeSpigler. Again, Redfield goes with Eloy Carcinero, Jackson Rude, Micah Zastro, Grady Halsher, and Isaac Bannister. All right, Milbank will travel right to left on your radio dial here in the first half. Redfield will go left to right. Lincoln Holscher and Micah Zastro in the jump circle, or actually at the Bulldog logo head for the jump ball now upcoming. And Lincoln Holscher wins the tip to Jeter Schooler. Now Schooler with the basketball for Milbank. To Rick. Back to Schooler, top of the key. Jeter back to Rick now to Schooler. Back to Rick. Rick is going to move toward the basket now. Stops at the right wing. Jeter Schooler. Jump shot from the free throw line short. Rebound tipped by Holscher. Back to Schooler. Head of the key three. That's no good. Rebound Jack Howard on the putback. That's no good either. And then there's going to be a foul on Milbank. And that's going to be on Jack Howard. That's his first. Milbank 3 or 4 looks at the rack that time. None of them would drop for the Bulldogs. Here comes the Redfield Pheasants now with the basketball. And that is Carcinero with the basketball now. They work it on the baseline. Back to Carcinero, top of the key. They work the left wing now to Zastro. 3 ball on the left wing. That is no good by Halsher. Rebound out of there by Holscher for Milbank to Schooler. Now Jeter Schooler, right wing to Rick to Schooler, top of the key. Left wing, Keaton. That's going to be tipped and just about taken away by the Pheasants. Nice hustle play by Carcinero. And then that's going to be a hit out of bounds. So we'll have to give each team a turnover in that particular alternating possession, I guess, if you will. Still no score, just underway here. 6:52 left in the first quarter here, the boys' game. The scoreboard is goose eggs for both teams right now on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Schooler now off to Howard on the right wing. Howard to Holscher on the baseline. Back to Osowski. And that's going to be Rick now. Back to Schooler. 3 for Jeter. That's short. Rebound is going to be to Zastro of the Pheasants. And the Pheasants want to push matters, and they put it up. That's no good by Holscher. This is going to be a racehorse game, perhaps. Milbank with the rebound now. They race down to the other end. That's Schooler now with it at the top of the key for Milbank. Right wing it goes to Rick. He'll load up for 3. That splashes through the net for Sam Rick. 3-0. Milbank has kicked a field goal here just in the beginning. We're 6 minutes left in the first quarter. And a chant for defense comes out by the crowd. Answer 3, though, for Zastro is no good. Carcinero with the rebound, and then he is going to get fouled. Judging by the reaction, I think it's on Sam Rick, but we'll wait and find out. That is on number 1, Sam Rick. That is his first foul. Second team foul here for Milbank in the first quarter. So Redfield now is going to trigger in. They get it on top of the key, except Jeter Schooler plays safety and intercepts the basketball. Puts it up on the run. In for 2 for Jeter Schooler. And here come the Pheasants. 5-0 Milbank. Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Carcinero top of the key now. Dribbles off to the right elbow. Spins. Falls back from 10. No good. Rebound Sam Rick. And here comes Milbank. Now Sam Rick on the attack. Leaves it off for Schooler. Now on the right wing. Jeter dribbles to the top of the key to Howard on the left wing. Jack Howard now. Nice pass into Osowski on the block. Layton puts it up and in. The Redfield crowd wanted travel, but no whistle. 7-0 Milbank. So now they've scored a touchdown and kicked the extra point. Carcinero with the basketball now gets his pocket picked by Osowski. Here comes Layton on the run now for Milbank. Layton Osowski puts up a wild shot on the run, does not connect. And here come the Pheasants on the dead run the other way. Zastro, there's a 3-ball put up on the baseline. That is no good by Bannister. The putback, however, is good by Micah Zastro. So Micah Zastro, nice rebound that time for the Pheasants. It's 7-2. Milbank with the basketball and the 5-point lead. Holster will load up for three. That's short. Rebound now to Rude. Jackson Rude on the run up to Carson-Arrow. Carson-Arrow stops at the right wing. He goes to the baseline now on the right side to Zastro on the right elbow. They spin around the pass a couple times over to Hulsher. Cross court to Carson-Arrow, and he puts it on the floor, puts it up no good, but Eloy Carson-Arrow is going to go to the free throw line for a couple of shots. Number 42, 5'11" senior Carson-Arrow, and he's going to be fouled. Foul number 2 on Jack Howard. Carson-Arrow's free throw on the way. That's short. 7-2 Milbank. Emmett Snaza, Ryan Keaton in for Milbank. Jack Howard, Leighton Osowski out for Milbank, and Coach Logan Deedy. So Carson-Arrow now, second free throw is upcoming. Here it is. That rattles in for him, and Coach Jake Phillips asks for and wants a timeout, and we will take one right along with them. 4:01 left in the first. 7-3, Milbank over Redfield. We'll be back with more boys basketball in 1 minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Here's where the good ideas come from. Street Graphics, Main Street, Milbank, working with local schools to provide ideas and solutions for fundraising. They can customize a design just for you. T-shirts, trophies, banners, buttons, contract printing, they do it all. They work in quantities from 1 to 5,000. Printing and promotions, they print on anything but paper. See them at streetgraphics.com. That's graphics with an EX. Main Street, Milbank, South Dakota, streetgraphics.com.
At 203 Realty in Milbank, a huge part of their formula for success is their agent team. One of those agents is Brandon Perry. Brandon is a Wilmot native, Northern State grad, and has resided in Milbank for over 22 years. Brandon joined the real estate world after 25 years of service in the National Guard. Brandon's attention to detail, patience, commitment to his customers, and willingness to put in the extra hours is what sets him apart.
Hi, this is Brandon Perry with 203 Realty. Contact us today by visiting 203-realty.com. At 203 Realty, your address is more than just a number.
And welcome back inside the Milbank National Guard Armory along with board operator Doug tonight. Again, a good evening, everybody. I'm Chad Knowles. Doubleheader action here tonight. We're in the boys game right now. Milbank is leading 7-3 on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Emmett Snaza into Ryan Keaton to Rick, who flies in, misses the shot. Rebound back to Jeter Schooler on the long rebound. Back to Keaton, now to Rick on the right wing. Ryan Keaton now to Schooler. Schooler puts it on the floor. Wraparound pass. Ryan Keaton up to the rim. No. Snaza with a putback. Emmett Snaza uses all 6'6" of his height and wingspan that time on the putback. 9-3. Milbank is leading as the crowd from Milbank yells D up. The student section directly across from me. And the baseline now, and that's going to be a step on the out-of-bounds baseline that time by Tate Newharth. For Redfield, I beg your pardon, Jackson Rude. I saw the 3, and that's Jackson's number, and I thought it was number 13, but it's not. So that was Jackson Rude. And here comes Schooler now with 3:08 left here in the first quarter. Rick now to the right wing to Keaton on the top of the key, to the left wing now to Schooler. Ryan Keaton to Sam Rick on the right wing, to Keaton at the top of the key. Ryan Keaton back to Rick. Rick catches. Nice move to the rim. Sam Rick flies in literally from about the free throw line and puts it up and in. 11-3. Milbank is up. Now here's the transition bucket opportunity by Jackson Rude. Puts it up no good, but Jackson Rude is going to go to the free throw line for a pair of shots now. 5'11" junior is number 3, Jackson Rude. And that foul was called on Lincoln Holscher. That's Lincoln's first. Free throw by Rude. That is, hits the front of the rim, hits the back of the backboard and the cylinder, and drops through for Jackson Rude. So it's 11-4 now. Redfield is back within 7. Milbank with the 7-point lead. Second free throw by Rude. That does the same thing. Hits about every inch of the iron in the backboard on its way down through the net. 11-5 now. Milbank with the ball, leading with 2:35 left here in the first quarter. As Rick now to Schooler. Jeter with a fake. Hands it off to Keaton for 3. That's no good. Rebound tried to be gathered in by Rick, and that's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Pheasants. Or wait a minute now. That's... Now I think they're saying that Sam Rick stepped on the line. It looked like from here that Sam stepped on the out-of-bounds baseline, and that is indeed the way it'll go. So Redfield does get the ball now. Here come the Pheasants with Carson Arrow. And he tries to throw a pass up to one of his teammates down below the basket. Too hard. Out of bounds. That was intended for Grady Halsher that time. Redfield with 5 turnovers now as Keaton gets it to Schooler. Here comes Jeter Schooler running front court now for the Bulldogs. Give and go underneath to Rick. Rick, no, but Sam Rick is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Milbank ran the fast break to pretty good perfection that time. Sam put it up, just did not connect as he was in amongst a few defenders there, and that foul is called on Austin Snell. That's his first. Sam with the free throw, that rattles in. 12-5, Milbank with 2:10 left here in the opening quarter. Again, the girls from Milbank won tonight 55-29. Rick splashes that one into the net. So 7 now for Sam Rick. And here's Carson Arrow with the basketball now for the Pheasants to Rude on the right wing. Rude puts it on the floor. Jump shot from the left elbow and just inside the free throw line. Jackson Rude drops it. 13-7 now. Redfield within 6. Here's Schooler now with 1:48 left in the first quarter. Rick over to Holscher on the baseline. Cross court to Schooler, to Rick on the right baseline, to Jeter. Over to Holscher on the left baseline. Holscher is going to be fouled on his way to the rim. And that is going to be a foul on Jackson Rude. That is his first. So 1:36 left in the first quarter. Game clock, 35 on the shot clock. Jeter Schooler into Rick. Sam catches on the left wing. Off the right wing now to Ryan Keaton. To Sam Rick on the baseline. To Keaton. To Holscher on the left wing. Top of the key to Ryan Keaton. Keaton picks up his dribble. Schooler, wide open for a 3, and that does not drop in. I don't know if Jeter even wanted to take that shot right away, but he looked around him, and there was not a Redfield Pheasant defender to be found. So Jeter says, okay, I'm going to put it up. And it just dribbled out on Jeter. So 1:13 left in the first, 13-7. Milbank is leading here over the Redfield Pheasants in the boys. Game of the doubleheader. Carson Arrow now off to Halsher, back to Halsher. He'll fire a long 3 for the Pheasants. No, Jackson Rude with the rebound. They get another possession here as Halsher now, top of the key to Carson Arrow. Right wing to Rude on the baseline. Rude, nice move to the rim. Jackson Rude, reverse layup. Gets it to go. He's got 6 points, now 13-9. Redfield within 4 with 43 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Schooler dribbles all the way to the left wing. Dribbles at the top of the key now. Jeter off to, they tried to get it underneath to Emmett Snaza. Off his hands, out of bounds. Turnover number 3 on Milbank. Shot clock off here in the first quarter. Redfield 13-9. Milbank is leading. So the Pheasants have the ball now with Carson Arrow. Carson Arrow looks over to Coach Phillips. Carson Arrow with the ball now to Rude on the left wing. They get it on the block, and that's going to be off the knee of Austin Snell. Turnover number 6 on Redfield. So Milbank, a lot of time here. 18.3 seconds left in the first. In for the Pheasants now, Keegan Hansen, and out is Grady So play being stopped here. I think that's all the substitutions. And it looks like there's something on the floor. The referee picks it up. A little debris at the center court there here at the National Guard Armory. Now it's all taken care of. Ryan Keaton into Jeter Schooler. Schooler with the basketball now for Milbank, crossing the time stripe. Jeter to Sam Rick. He'll pull the trigger for three. That's too strong. No good. And then there's going to be a foul on the rebound on one of two or three Bulldogs. You take your pick, and I'm going to wait for the official call. And that is on Lincoln Holscher, I believe. That is his second. Fifth team foul here in the first quarter for Milbank, so that will send Austin Snell to the free throw line. So 13-9, Milbank is leading here. 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Free throw, that uses every inch of the iron and does not drop through for Austin Snell. Harley Zemlicka in for Lincoln Holscher and his 2 personal fouls. Second free throw by Snell on the way. That is no good either. And then there's going to be a foul on the rebound on Milbank. And that's going to be called on Harley Zemlicka, I believe. That is his first. So now to the line is Micah Zastro. So Austin Snell came up empty from the free throw line. Micah Zastro at the line. Now he puts that one in. 6-foot junior, Micah Zastro. So Zastro's second free throw, that hits the front of the rim and does drop through. So it's 13-11 now, 5-4. Sam Rick, top of the key three. Ryan Keaton, he drops it in. Ryan Keaton, a good head-on look from the top of the key. 1 quarter in the books. Milbank 16, Redfield 11. Back with quarter number 2 in a minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Border Lake Insurance in Milbank and Ortonville is your locally owned independent insurance agency. As an independent insurance agency, Terry Holquist and staff at Border Lake Insurance have access to multiple companies that offer home, farm, auto, commercial, life, and health products. Border Lake Insurance has 2 convenient locations. Stop by or call their Main Street office in Milbank at 605-432-5884. Or in Ortonville, call 320-839-6145. Located in Grand Marais State Bank, formerly the Sen Bank building. Border Lake Insurance. Insurance agents you can count on.
Ready for fiber-fast internet and friendly service? Experience unbeatable speed and local support with ITC, your community-connected cooperative. When you call ITC, you're talking to a real person, a neighbor, not a robot. We take pride in offering same-day or next-day support when you need it. And our support doesn't stop there. With investment initiatives like ITC Impact, we're giving back to the communities that make us great. Faster internet and friendlier service are in reach with ITC. Get started today.
And Milbank will start quarter number 2 with the basketball as they are leading here 16-11. Ryan Keaton drained a three-pointer with about a second or 2 left to end the first quarter. So Milbank has a 5-point lead here on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Ryan will throw the ball in now, gets it into Jeter Schooler. Schooler back to Keaton on the right wing now. They work it over to Rick. Rick on the jump from about 10 feet away, and Sam Rick drops it in. Sam Rick with 9 points, now 18-11. Milbank is leading here on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Carson Arrow dribbles off to his right for the Pheasants. Fall away shot from 16 feet, no good. Rebound Harley Zemlicka to Sam Rick, up to Jeter Schooler. Jeter now to Keaton, and then he throws it away. Turnover number 4 on Milbank. And here come the Pheasants now as Carson Arrow. They work it over to Holscher. There's Zastro now at the left elbow. Kicks it over to Holscher on the baseline. And they work it now to Zastro, to Rude, who catches at the top of the key. Wraparound pass on the block to Bannister. 3-ball fadeaway three by Rude. That time no good. Rebound to Milbank, and here's Keaton with it now to Schooler. Schooler, top of the key. Ryan Keaton fakes a pass, instead shoots the three. That's no good. Osowski flies in for the rebound. Nice pass to Schooler. Good job, Leighton Osowski, to get the rebound and then see Jeter right there. Jeter, nice finish. 20-11 now. Milbank is leading by 9 here on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Carson Arrow, nice drive by Carson Arrow. Nice finish by the senior. He puts it up on the run, off the glass. 20-13 now. Milbank is still leading by 7. Keaton now on the baseline. Back to Keaton at the top of the key. It's kicked out of bounds that time by Grady Halsher for the Pheasants. Jack Howard back in now for Milbank, and he will replace Ryan Keaton. So Harley Zemlicka now to trigger inside court for Milbank. Gets it into Schooler. Schooler now to Howard on the left wing. They work it on the baseline on the left side to Zemlicka on the block to Osowski. Schooler puts it up from short range. That does not go, and that's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Milbank. So 5:57 left to play here in your second quarter. 20-13. Milbank is leading the Redfield Pheasants. Carson Arrow now, left wing to Halsher. Halsher, fade away, step back three. That's no good. Osowski, nice box out rebound position to get the rebound for Milbank. Up ahead to Zemlicka. Back to Rick. Now Rick with a floater on the run. Sam Rick puts it in. Sam in doubles now with 11. 22-13. Milbank is leading here over the Pheasants. Carson Arrow now, he'll launch from three. That's no good. Rebound into the hands of Jeter Schooler, up to Sam Rick. Sam Rick now slams on the brakes, doesn't have the numbers on the fast break, so Sam gets it back to Schooler now at the top of the key. Back to Sam Rick on the right wing. Nice pass to Osowski under the rim. Now he puts it up and puts it off the backboard and gets it to go. Leighton Osowski now with 4. And there's going to be a wild pass by the Pheasants, and that's going to go off out of bounds. Last touch by Redfield. Their 7th turnover here in the first half. So 5 minutes exactly left to play here in quarter number 2. Harley Zemlicka now will trigger in for Milbank. Gets it into Sam Rick. Milbank with the ball, leading by 11, 24-13. Jackson Weesey in there now for Milbank as well. Sam Rick gets it kicked and taken away from him. Then Weesey gets it right back for Milbank to Zemlicka, and then there's another turnover by Milbank. And here comes Carson Arrow on the dead run, and he's going to be called for traveling. So Redfield now with 9 turnovers, Milbank with 6. And there's still 4:41 left to play here in the second quarter. Milbank 24, Redfield 13 on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Of course, the 203 Realty halftime show will be coming up here at the appropriate time. Howard now into Snaza. There's Rick on the run. Sam Rick up off the glass for 2. And Sam Rick is going to get the good old continuation that time, as he fully deserves. So Sam Rick in the and 1 now for Milbank. Sam with the Baker's dozen of 13 here so far tonight. He'll try to complete the 3-point play. Coach Phillips wants a timeout, and we'll take one as well. 4:28 left in the second. 26-13, Milbank over Redfield. Back with more boys basketball action in 1 minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Quitting tobacco doesn't just add more years to your life. It can add more good years. Quitting could mean more good years chasing your grandkids around the backyard, rather than years of catching your breath in the background. Quitting could mean more good years traveling our breathtaking world, rather than getting saddled with health problems like lung disease. Quitting means playing an active part in your life, rather than just letting it pass you by. Don't miss out on life's big moments. Get your life on track and live more good years. Call 1-866-SD-QUITS to get started. Paid for by the South Dakota Department of Health
And the Milbank
Milbank Tobacco Coalition. Ortonville Area Health Services encourages you to get your flu vaccination this year. Flu shots are available at Northside Medical Clinic in Ortonville and at the Clinton Clinic during regular clinic hours. In addition to flu shots, OAHS also offers a wide range of preventative vaccinations, including flu, COVID, RSV, and pneumonia. Protect yourself and those around you. Give everyone a fighting chance against the flu this season. Call OAHS 320-839-6157 and schedule your flu shot today. Walk-ins are always welcome.
Now Sam Rick will try to add the one to his previous basket to make the three-point trip. As off the Redfield timeout, now Sam Rick with 13 points, trying to make it 14, and he does so as that drops through the rim. So Sam with 14, now Milbank 27-13 over Redfield. 4:21 left here in the second quarter. Rude now puts the ball on the floor, moves on the baseline, spin move. Carson-Arrow, fall back 10-footer. That's no good. But right there for the rebound putback is Isaac Bannister, and he puts it off the window for two. Milbank with the 12-point lead, 27-15. We see now to Rick on the right wing. Rick on the float again and puts it up and in for two. Sam Rick, what a first half for Sam here tonight. He's got 16 points for the Bulldogs. A lot of short-range shots tonight so far for Sam. And there's Carson-Arrow from the right elbow. Eloy Carson-Arrow puts it up. He's got 5 now for Redfield, 29-17, 3:37 left here in the second quarter. Howard, top of the key, we see to Howard, who catches high upon the right side of the key. Sam Rick now straight on the head, top of the key. To Howard on the right wing. They work it to Weesey on the left wing now, top of the key. Sam Rick again, that move toward the rim. Sam does not connect that time, but Sam will go back to the free throw line for 2 shots. Quick first step by Sam Rick all night tonight so far. 16 points for Sam. And he's going to try to add to that total right now. He makes it up, and that is good on the free throw. Lincoln Holscher returns now for Milbank. Lincoln has had to sit out for a while. He's got 2 personal fouls. Jack Howard as well with 2 personal fouls. Free throw by Sam. That splashes through the net. 18 points here in the first half for Sam Rick. 31-17. Milbank is leading. There's Carson-Arrow. Nice move to the rim. Does not finish, though. Weesey with the rebound to Rick. Up to Holscher. Holscher puts it up. No good, but Lincoln Holscher is going to try to crack into the scoring column tonight because he's fouled right there. 2:58 left in the second quarter. Again, the 203 Realty halftime show will be coming up here. That foul is number 2 on Isaac Bannister. Free throw by Holscher. Rims in and out, no good. 31-17, Milbank in front. Lincoln Holscher as he puts up the second free throw here shortly. Here it is, and that is good for Lincoln as he's got 1 point now. 32-17. Here come the Pheasants with Holscher. Dribbles off to the left wing now. Dribbles all the way around to the right side. Spin move. Jump shot from Tim. That's no good. Snazes skies for the rebound. Gets it to Rick. Rick to Holscher on the baseline on the right side. Holscher back to Weesey. He'll fire it up for 3. That's an air ball. Howard there for the rebound. Jack with a putback. That's no good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up. That's no good either. Jack with a couple point blank looks that time. Couldn't finish. And here's the other end of the floor by the Pheasants. They're on the run. And Grady Holscher puts up the ball on the run. He does not get it to go. But Grady Holscher will be fouled. So number 10 will be at the free throw line for 2 shots. 2:20 left to play in our second quarter. Holscher free throw. That's good. That's his first point tonight. Austin Snell back in for the Pheasants. Zastro goes out. Ryan Keaton back in now for Milbank. Second free throw, that rattles, and that does not stay in that time for Hulsher. And here comes Sam Rick with the basketball now to Keaton. Ryan Keaton jumps from about 5 feet away. That does not drop through for Ryan. And here are the Pheasants now on the run. Hulsher. Jump shot from 10 feet on the baseline. No good. Jack Howard rips down the rebound. Up to Rick. To Keaton. Ryan just about doesn't catch up to that pass that time, but he does, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Redfield. So Jackson Weesey now will throw the ball in on the far corner of the court. Into Ryan Keaton, who catches at the top of the key. Off to Sam Rick now, the minute 50 left here in the second quarter. Sam Rick puts it on the floor, and then Sam will be fouled, as that is Redfield's fourth team foul here in the second quarter. Jeter Schooler back in now for Milbank, and Jackson Weesey will go to the bench. So Jeter Schooler now will trigger in for Milbank. Minute 46 left in the second quarter. Into Emmett Snaza on the baseline. Emmett, nice move by number 32. He puts it up from about 5 feet away and connects. Emmett now with 4, 34-18. Milbank is leading. Carson Arrow to Rude on the left wing. Rude puts the ball high above his head, now puts it on the floor. Taken away by Milbank. Tip to Emmett Snaza. Turnover number 10 on Redfield, and here's Ryan Keaton on the other end now with it for Milbank. Top of the key. Rick wanted to pull the trigger from 3, does not do it though. Has Schooler now with it. He puts the ball on the floor to Keaton, who will trigger for 3. Ryan Keaton drops it. Ryan's second from long range tonight. He's got 6. Just under a minute left here in the opening half. 37-18. Milbank has opened up a 19-point lead. And then they give the ball, and that's going to be on the floor for just about a half a second. Ryan Keaton dives for it, and I think Ryan's going to end up with the foul on that one. He does. Ryan's first personal foul for Milbank. Their second team foul here of the second quarter. 49.9 left to play here in quarter number 2. Baseline double clutch 3 that time by Hulsher, no good. And now it's 41 seconds, 30 on the game clock. Or 30 on the shot clock, I should say. Anyway, here's Schooler now to Rick. They get it underneath to Snaza. Turns from 5 feet away. That rims in and out, no good. And now the shot clock is off. 25 seconds left here in the second quarter. Carson Arrow with the basketball now for the Pheasants. Jump shot from the free throw line, no good. Rebound Howard to Schooler. So Milbank should get a last shot here, and they have a time to kind of line up a pretty good shot. As Rick with it now, 7-6. Sam Rick over to Schooler. And that's going to be no good, and that will end the first half. So at halftime, it is Milbank 37 and Redfield 18. We'll be back to open up the 203 Realty halftime show coming up here in 3 minutes on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Pro Image Partners. Pro Image Partners. So many reasons why you can turn to us. We'll help you show your pride. You want the best for work or play. We're your one-stop image shop. We'll help you show your pride. ProImagePartners.com.
The Millstone Family Restaurant is turning up the temp with their new Too Hot to Handle menu. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, the spicy chicken sandwich with crispy, deep-fried chicken, guaranteed to make your mouth water and your brow sweat. The spicy pulled pork sandwich features smoked pulled pork and enough spice to make you call your mama. And for you seafood lovers, the Firehouse Shrimp Wrap with crispy shrimp tossed in their special spicy sauce. All wrapped up and ready to go. The Too Hot to Handle menu at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Milbank.
You don't have to live with aches and pains. See Dr. Matt at Chiropractic in Motion. With a minor adjustment, headaches, numbness, and pain can be relieved. Dr. Matt is the type of chiropractor that helps his patients by correcting the problem with as few visits as possible. Chiropractic in Motion looks forward to seeing their customers outside of the office, enjoying their lifestyle with a smile. The next time you have aches and pains, count on the helping hands of Dr. Matt. He's there when you need him. Chiropractic in Motion, Sports Injury and Family Wellness Center, Highway 12, Milbank. Johnson Family Dentistry wants to remind you of the steps to a bright and healthy smile for life. Remember to brush your teeth 3 times each day. Use mouthwash after brushing. And floss your teeth each day. Visit Johnson Family Dentistry twice a year for regular cleaning and checkups. And be sure and change your toothbrush every 3 months. Dr. Johnson and Dr. Holmquist are now accepting new patients. Call Johnson Family Dentistry in Milbank. More information at milbankdentist.com.
What's your big picture?
To actually have savings in my savings.
To pay at the pump. To make life easier.
To spend less. Wait, to make more.
If making the most of your time and money is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust has you covered with award-winning customer service and local experts.
To keep having fun. Oh, to keep up with her.
Find out how First Bank and Trust helps you bank easier at bankeasy.com. Member FDIC.
Lewis Family Drug is your one-stop location. In addition to quality prescription and non-prescription drugs with free delivery, Lewis has a huge selection of everyday basics and name brands and specialty items, always at affordable prices. They carry seasonal items, fabrics, crafts, and groceries. Shopping at your local Lewis Drug is more simple and more rewarding than ever. Download the Lewis mobile app to add on-the-go convenience to your errands. Lewis Family Drug. Everyday savings close to home.
And welcome back to Milbank. Halftime is where we are, and you're in tune to the 203 Realty Halftime Show here on KMSD AM FM, BigStoneRadio.com, and our YouTube page. 203 Realty is proud to support the Milbank Bulldogs. Buyers and sellers visit 203realty.com for all of your real estate needs. All right, Milbank is leading here 37-18 on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. After one, it was Milbank 16-11 with the lead, and then Milbank is leading here 37-18 at halftime intermission. For Redfield individually, they are led by Jackson Rude with 6 points, Eloy Carnicero with 5, Micah Zastro with 4, Isaac Bannister with 2, Grady Hulsher with 1 for Redfield, and their total of 18 points. For Milbank, they are led by Sam Rick with that 18 points. So Sam has scored the same as Redfield's team here at halftime. Sam with a nice half. Sam with 18 points here to lead the way by far. Ryan Keaton next in line with 6. Streeter Schooler with 4. Emmett Snaza with 4. Leighton Osowski with 4. And Lincoln Holscher with 1 point tonight for Milbank, and their halftime total of 37 points. Here at halftime intermission, Milbank from the free throw line, 6 for 7. Redfield is 6 for 10. Turnovers, Redfield 10 and Milbank 6. JV game tonight for the boys goes to Milbank 59-20. Again, the girls game, the varsity game, went to Milbank tonight 55-29. Milbank goes to 7-1 on the season. Redfield drops to 2-6. Milbank wins 55-29. Addison Pauley with 15, Susie Schoeneman with 13, Avery Schoeneman with 10, Belle Pauley with 10 for Milbank. Again, Milbank scored 12 three-pointers as a team in the girls' game. Hayden Gall led Redfield with 11 points in the girls' contest here tonight. You're locked into the 203 Realty halftime show here on Classic Hits 95.1 KMSD FM, 1510 AM KMSD Milbank, South Dakota, and streaming audio and video, of course, on BigStoneRadio.com, as well as our YouTube page. We're all over the place again tonight. Glad to be along. I'm Chad. He's Doug back at the studios, and that's going to just about close the 203 Realty halftime show, but we will be back to close off the halftime show coming up here in 3 minutes on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Haslett Construction in Ortonville, Minnesota is known for their quality work. Additions to the Valley Queen Cheese Factory and First Bank and Trust, St. Lawrence School, Milbank Elementary, Ortonville Area Health Services, and the Big Stone County Highway Department Garage, and so many other projects over the years. They are known for their quality work and professionalism on the job. That's what makes Haslett Construction the contractor you want for your building projects. Go with the people you trust. Haslett Construction, Ortonville, Minnesota.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Fuel up for the day and grab your favorites at Johnson Oil in Redfield. Whether you're headed to the big game, traveling across town, or just need a quick snack and a cold drink, Johnson Oil has you covered. From fresh coffee in the morning to fuel for your car and your team spirit, we're proud to serve our community every day. Johnson Oil is a proud supporter of area athletics. Good luck to all the teams in today's contest from Johnson Oil in Redfield. At RDO Equipment of Redfield, supporting the youth of our community is at the heart of everything they do. As your trusted John Deere dealer, RDO understands the importance of dedication, teamwork, and building a strong future for Redfield. Stop by 17440 Highway 281 or call 605-472-2540. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30. RDO Equipment of Redfield, proud to support the Redfield Pheasants and the community that makes it all possible.
Redfield Energy, a dry mill plant in Redfield, South Dakota, has the capacity to process approximately 20 million bushels of corn per year into ethanol. They produce 230,000 tons of modified wet and dried distiller's grain, which is sold to the local and West Coast markets. Redfield Energy takes pride in providing a positive economic impact to the agricultural industry, community, state, and its unit holders. Redfield Energy is a proud supporter and sponsor of Redfield Athletics.
Redfield Food Center has great deals this week. Get USDA Choice Bottom Round Roast for just $5.99 a pound. Bone-in assorted pork chops only $1.99 a pound. And bone-in country-style pork ribs, $2.99 a pound. Stock up on fresh berries as well. Blueberries by the pint or blackberries or raspberries 6-ounce size. And Honey Crisp or Cosmic Crisp apples are $1.99 a pound. And don't forget to fire up the grill with USDA Choice T-bone steaks at $12.99 a pound. Additional deals can be found at RedfieldFoodCenter.com.
And coming up for the Milbank athletes in the short term, girls wrestling at Harrisburg tomorrow, boys wrestling at Mitchell on Saturday. Gymnastics is at the Madison Invite on Saturday. Girls and boys basketball at Summit for a doubleheader on Tuesday night against Waubay Summit. We'll have both varsity games for you here on the radio and on the internet. And again, don't forget Sports Friday tomorrow from 8:45 to 10 with Adam and Jeff. And they will break down the NFL playoffs. Of course, they'll talk about some local high school action as well. And, who knows, maybe some Twins and maybe even some Vikings news. You just never know during Sports Friday tomorrow from 8:45 until 10 on our radio stations. And we are ready to start quarter number 3. That's the 203 Realty halftime show. Again, 203 Realty, proud to support the Milbank Bulldogs, buyers and sellers. Visit 203realty.com for all of your real estate needs. Alrighty, so here we go. Quarter number 3 is upon us now. Milbank with a 37-18 lead here on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Looks like the Redfield Pheasants will open the third quarter with the basketball. Grady Halsher will throw the ball in now for Redfield. Grady Halsher now is going to get it in to Carcinero. They work it on the left wing now. They get it on the baseline to Rude. Rude puts it on the floor, gets cut off at the baseline by Ryan Keaton. And there's going to be a push foul committed, Eloy Carcenero, drew the foul on Sam Rick. That is Sam Rick's second personal foul. First team foul, of course, here of quarter number 3. So the Pheasants now will throw the ball into Carcenero on the baseline. There's going to be a fall away 3. That's up and in. Grady Halsher, nice looking shot by Grady, 6-foot sophomore, as he was stepping back and falling back on the baseline. 40-18, Milbank is leading. Ryan Keaton now on the left baseline to Schooler, top of the key Rick. To Howard now on the right wing. To Rick, to Howard. Jack will put it up from 3. That's no good. Rebound to Bannister. And they're on the run now are the Pheasants. There's a 3 ball again put up. That no good this time by Halsher. Rebound. Jeter Schooler now for Milbank. 37-21. Milbank is leading. They gave the 3 to the wrong team that time, I guess. Anyway, it's 37-21 now, Milbank. Schooler for 3 for Milbank. That's no good. Rebound in the lane to Rick. And Rick is going to be fouled. Sam Rick with 18 points, all in the first half, of course, here so far tonight. And that foul is going to be number 3 on Jackson Rude. Ball goes in, taken away by Redfield. Here comes Rude on the other end. Rude up and in for 2. So Rude turns Milbank's 7th turnover into 2 points. It's 37-23. Redfield on a mini 5-0 run here in the third quarter. As Halsher now gets it, they work it over to Keaton for the baseline 3. That's no good. Rebound run down by Jeter Schooler. So a fresh 35 now for Milbank. Jeter on the left wing to Howard, back to Schooler, to Sam Rick, back to Schooler on the left wing, to Rick, to Keaton on the baseline. He'll fire it across to Howard. There's a 3 by Jeter. That's no good. Rebound right there to tip it in. No good. Lincoln Halsher. Lincoln cleans up his own mess, though, puts it back up for 2. And here come the Pheasants on the other end, and that's going to be up and in on the fast break by Carcenero. So it's 39-25. Milbank by 14. Now Schooler now to Rick on the right wing, to Howard on the baseline. To Rick at the right wing, back to Howard on the baseline. On the block to Halsher. And Lincoln is going to fall to the floor. And that foul is going to be called on Micah Zastro. That is his first. So Schooler now will get the ball in. He does so to Keaton, a little bit too far into the basket. Can't put the basketball up toward the hoop, so he gets it back to Jack Howard now. Howard to Schooler, right wing to Rick. Rick over to Keaton. They try to get that extra pass to try to free somebody for that 3. Schooler, though, gets it now to Howard, to Rick. Cross court to Schooler on the baseline on the right side. To Howard, 12 on the shot clock. Nice pass into Lincoln Halsher. Just about threw it down, but he just got right up to the rim and put it in for 2. And then there's going to be a shot by Carcenero on the other side. Carcenero connects. 41-27. Milbank has the ball and the lead. Sam Rick now with the basketball. Left wing Schooler to Rick. Rick will line up for 3. Sam Rick drops it in. Sam Rick now with 21. He's got 2 threes tonight, but he's got 21 overall. 44-27. And here come the Pheasants now. Carcenero is going to get it taken away by Schooler. Schooler up to Rick. Rick on the dead run, but doesn't have the numbers, so he slows it down. That was Redfield's 11th turnover. As baseline now, they work it around. Rick now to the perimeter to Keaton. Back to Rick, top of the key. Sam Rick, left wing to Howard. They try to get it on the block to Halsher, and that's out of bounds. Emmett Snaza in for Ryan Keaton for Milbank. And there's going to be a timeout called by Coach Phillips, and we'll take one as well. 3:51 in the third. Milbank 44, Redfield 27. Back with more in 1 minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Need top quality lumber and hardware? Come to SBS Lumber and Hardware in Redfield, located at 701 West 3rd Street. They're there to help with all your home projects. Stores open Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 6, Saturdays 8 to 5, and Sundays 10 to 3. Experience the outstanding customer service and join in supporting the Redfield Pheasants. Visit doitfast.com or call 605-472-2550. SBS Lumber and Hardware, your hometown choice for quality and service.
Apple Oil has been delivering fuel you can count on to Redfield and the surrounding area for over 20 years. They provide bulk diesel and gasoline, along with heating fuel and farm fuel delivery for homes, farms, and businesses across the region. When you need dependable service and on-time delivery, count on Apple Oil. They're proud supporters of area student athletes and appreciate the business of the communities they serve. Call Apple Oil at 605-472-0136. Apple Oil, fueling the region with service you can trust.
And off the timeout, the Bulldogs with the basketball now with 12 on the shot clock, 3:51 on the game clock. Rick will pull the trigger for the baseline three. Sam Rick is on fire tonight for the Bulldogs. He's got 24. 47-27 as Sam drains it from long range that time on the right or left baseline. Halsher now for the Pheasants. To Snell, back to Halsher. Top of the key, Carson-Arrow. Carson-Arrow, nice drive to the rim. Carson-Arrow goes off the glass for two. He's got 11 now. 47-29, Milbank with the ball, leading. Like we said, 47-29. Schooler now to Halsher, to Snaz on the baseline, to Howard, to Rick. He'll fire a three from this end this time. That's no good. Snaza skies for the rebound, puts it up and in for two. Snaza fouled, so Emmett will go to the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. That was simply a fact of a matter of 6'6" Emmett Snaza skying above everybody else and just putting it back up for two. And Snaza completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Emmett now with 7, 50-29. Bulldogs leading over the Pheasants here with 2:50 left here in the third. That's Rude with it now. He gets it over on the baseline. There's a corner pocket three. Fired up that time. No good by Bannister. And then there is going to be a timeout called by Coach Deedy. And so we'll see how long this one is. That's only a 30, so Doug, I tell you what, we're just going to keep it right here. Again, let's give you the legal IDs. We're close enough to the top of the hour. This is Classic Hits, 95.1 KMSD FM, 1510 AM, KMSD, Milbank, South Dakota. Streaming audio and video, BigStoneRadio.com, as well as our YouTube page. Again, thanks to all the sponsors, thanks to all of our listeners, watchers, all the people that tune in regularly or even occasionally. We appreciate each and every one of you, as well as, of course, all of our sponsors, obviously. So Milbank back now after the timeout. Lincoln Halsher gets it into Jeter Schooler. So here comes Milbank now, leading by 21 on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Schooler now to Halsher. Baseline to Emmett Snaza, to Harley Zemlicka, to Rick. He'll line up another three. Sam Rick. He is really playing a good game tonight. Sam with 27 points for the Bulldogs. Sam with 4 threes, 3 of them here in the second half. And kind of a circus shot put up and in there, but way after the whistle by Grady Halsher. 27 points for Sam Rick tonight, 2:06 left in the third. And Carson-Arrow catches on the inbounds pass now for Redfield. Bannister now hands it off to Carson-Arrow. Carson-Arrow, reverse layup, does not go. Rebound putback doesn't go either by Eli England. Here comes Milbank. Sam Rick on the run to Schooler. Jeter Schooler. 1:40 left here in the third quarter. Milbank has the ball, leading 53-29. And there's a takeaway by Carson-Arrow for the Pheasants. And they go underneath the rack. Nice job. Nice ball movement that time. Nice finish by Austin Snell. And Snell will try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. With 1:22 left here in the third quarter. That foul is on Harley Zemlicka. That's his second. So Austin Snell now 0 for 2 from the line. Make that 0 for 3. Misses that one. Rebound to Milbank. Here comes Schooler with $1:17 left here in the third quarter. Jeter Schooler now to Harley Zemlicka, to Sam Rick. Sam Rick to Schooler. Fakes the three, doesn't take it. To Holscher, back to Schooler. Now he will load up for three. Jeter, that's too short. Rebound to Bannister. Redfield wants to push matters, and they go up, and it's Grady Holscher with the shot that's no good. But Grady Holscher was not fouled in the act of shooting. So 52.5 seconds left in the third. Sam Rick is going to sit out now for Milbank. Ryan Keaton returns for the Bulldogs. In the ball goes. 3-ball put up, and that's short by Holscher. Rebound to Snaza, to Schooler, to Keaton. Ryan Keaton now. Schooler lines up for three. Jeter Schooler puts it in the hoop. Count it times 3. Jeter's first 3 tonight. 56-31. Milbank is leading. Shot clock at 28. Game clock, well, they're just about exactly the same. Shot clock and game clock, actually. So Redfield now puts the ball on the floor with Bannister, and then he's going to be stepping on the out-of-bounds line, I guess, or some turnover by Redfield. That's 12 turnovers now for Redfield. 17.6 seconds left here in the third. Jackson Weesey in for Harley Zemlicka. Leighton Osowski in for Emmett Snaza as well. Jackson Weesey now into Jeter Schooler with 13, 12, 11, and Coach Dede is going to take a timeout. And it's a 30, so we're close enough to the end of the third quarter. We're going to just leave it right here and thank our sponsors. And they include Dakota Country Ag, Bean Pharmacy, Milbank Ford, Schmidt's Landing, Al's Body Shop, Bean Pharmacy, Street Graphics, 203 Realty, Border Lake Insurance of Milbank, ITC of Milbank, Milbank Tobacco Coalition, Ortonville Area Health Services, Pro Image Partners, Millstone Family Restaurant, Chiropractic in Motion, Johnson Family Dentistry, First Bank and Trust of Milbank, Lewis Family Drug, Haslam Construction, and Avera Milbank Medical Center, Milbank Area Hospital Avera. And those are your sponsors here on the radio side of things. And again, I scroll the video stream sponsors quite a few times during the game. Thanks to all those fine folks as well. 12.1 left here in the third quarter. 56-31. Milbank is leading. Holscher into Schooler, to Weesey, to Schooler. Schooler to Weesey now, back to Schooler. Keaton will line up for three. That's no good. Rebound, and that will end the third quarter. So 3 quarters in the books. Milbank 56, Redfield 31. Back with the fourth and final quarter in 1 minute on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Apple's Quick Stop is your full-service convenience store located in Redfield, South Dakota. Fill up your car with premium gasoline, plus don't forget about the pizza, the snacks, ice, beer, and candy, and so much more. And oh, by the way, they're open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. till 11 p.m. And did we mention they're a proud supporter of area athletics? Apple's Quick Stop in Redfield, South Dakota wishes the best of luck to the Pheasants in tonight's game. Swing on by Apple's Quick Stop in Redfield, South Dakota at 23 West 7th Avenue. For questions, call 605-472-2626. Step into 2026 with a brand new look from Back to the Rack Consignment in Redfield. As the new year begins, we want to share our deepest appreciation for our loyal customers. Thank you for making our success possible. We're ready to serve you with the same unbeatable deals on name brand clothing, footwear, and home accents. Find us off Main Street on East 7th Avenue, Tuesday through Friday from 10 till 5 and Saturdays until 3. Your style, your rack. Trust Back to the Rack.
And welcome back into the National Guard Armory. Kind of cold and kind of windy outside as well, but again, nice and warm inside the Milbank National Guard Armory. Again, good evening, everybody. I'm Chad Knowles. Good to be with you tonight. Milbank's girls won the varsity game of the doubleheader, 55-29. Milbank's boys are now leading 56-31. Over the Pheasants here in the fourth quarter, just underway in the fourth quarter. Ryan Keaton now, they try to wrap around the pass to Lincoln Holscher, and it's going to be out of bounds. Redfield did kind of intercept the pass, but they stepped on the out of bounds line. Now the officials are going to talk about it, and it is Milbank's ball. So Schooler now getting it into Keaton. Ryan Keaton now all the way at the top of the key to Jackson Weesey. To Schooler, back to Keaton. Schooler, top of the key, moves toward the basket, puts up a jump shot from 12 feet away. That's no good. Zastro up ahead now, and that is going to be a pass to Jackson Rude. Nice finish by Jackson Rude. He's got 10 points now. It's 56-33. Milbank with the ball with 7:09 left here in the game. Ryan Keaton now to Jeter Schooler. He will push it from 3. That's no good. Long rebound back to Jeter. Jeter Schooler moves over, and that's going to be tipped and taken away by the Pheasants. Turnover number 9 on Milbank. And going all the way into the rim with a nice move on the run is Grady Holscher. He's got 6 points. 56-35. Milbank still by 21, though, on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Schooler now to Keaton on the right wing. Keaton picks up the ball to Schooler at the top of the key. Left wing to Weesey. To Holscher on the baseline. Jeter will have a jump shot from 10. That's no good. Osowski tips it to Holscher, and Holscher puts it up and in. 4-2. Lincoln Holscher now with 7 for Milbank. It's 58-35. Milbank is leading here as they work the ball in, and again, it's a nice move. They kick it over to Rude for the baseline 3. That's no good. Rebound to Zastro, and then I think Zastro is going to be fouled. And the Pheasants now get the ball in, and there's going to be a traveling violation on Redfield. Turnover number 13 on the Pheasants. 5:57 left here in the game. Again, Milbank leading 58-35. Lewis Family Drug scoreboard is Holscher now. Gets it into Schooler. Jeter Schooler crosses the time stripe. Jackson Weesey catches on the right wing. Back to Jeter Schooler. To Ryan Keaton. To Weesey. To Keaton. Keaton thought about the head on top of the key 3. Does not take it. He'll get a closer look and miss the shot. And that rebound is going to be taken out of there by Redfield. And they run front court now. Jackson Rude on the baseline. A little circus shot by Jackson Rude. And he puts it up and in. Jackson Rude now with 12. That was a pretty looking shot by Jackson Rude on the other end by the Pheasants. Holscher now to Schooler on the left wing. Lincoln Holscher top of the key to Schooler on the left baseline to Holscher. Holscher, nice move to the rim. He puts it up. No, but Lincoln Holscher is going to go to the line for 2 shots. Lincoln Holscher fouled by Micah Zastro. That's his second. Lincoln Holscher 1 for 2 from the line. Free throw is good. So Lincoln 2 for 3 from the line now. Lincoln has 8 points here tonight. 59-37. Milbank in front. Lincoln Holscher's second free throw. That's off the back part of the iron. No good. Rebound up to the Pheasants now. Carson Arrow with it for the Redfield team. 3 ball on the way. That rattles in for Grady Holscher. He's got 9. And Schooler with the basketball now, 59-40. Lincoln Holscher on the baseline, back to Jeter Schooler on the left wing. 4:36 left to play. They work it on the block to Emmett Snaza, puts it on the floor. He's quickly double teamed, gets it to Rick. Sam Rick is double teamed, kicks it over to Keaton, to Holscher. Holscher running floater in the lane, does not stick down. And here comes Carson Arrow now for the Pheasants. Carson Arrow loses control for just a second, then he's going to get it knocked out of his hands by Schooler. Last touch out of bounds by Jeter. 4:09 left to play, and there's going to be a timeout called by Redfield, and we will take one as well. 4:09 left to play, 59-40 Milbank. We'll be back with more Boys Hoops in 30 seconds on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
Well, if it isn't my favorite demolition derby driver. Looks like you went and bought a new ride, huh?
Nope, I took my mangled mess over to Chuck's Body Shop, just like you said.
That's the same car?
That's right, dude. Chuck's Body Shop fixed up the windshield, smoothed out the rough spots, and gave a full-on reboot to my crashed car.
So what you're saying is you owe me one for recommending Chuck's?
Sure. What do you need?
Hey, let me borrow your car this weekend. Mine's too embarrassing now.
Just call Chuck's, man. Remember, Chuck's Body Shop in Redfield at 472-2501.
Now, don't get all announcer-like on me.
Coming off the timeout, Milbank is leading 59-40. Redfield with the basketball now. Grady Holscher into Carson Arrow, back to Holscher. And he puts it up, no good. And so with 4:05 left, Redfield will trigger in now from under their own basket. Jackson Rude looking into Holscher. Holscher, jump shot from the free throw line. That's short. Rebound tipped by Ryan Keaton, right to Jeter Schooler, to Sam Rick. Sam Rick crosses the time stripe now. Jeter Schooler to Rick at the top of the key, directs traffic, goes off to the right side, puts it up, and that is good, but Sam Rick is going to be called, or there's an offensive foul, and I don't think it was on Sam that time, but I think it was on Lincoln Holscher. That's his fourth. So Redfield will throw in now with 3:46 left here in the game. 59-40. Milbank is leading the Redfield Pheasants. Tate Newharth now with the basketball for Redfield. And get it over now to Rude. Rude, spin move in the lane. Fall away 10-foot jumper, no good. Rebound, and that is going to be a tied-up ball. As Austin Snell got the rebound, but he was tied up by one of the Bulldogs. But Redfield will keep possession of it now. So Holscher is looking, gets it in top of the key to Newharth, and then he is going to be fouled. Milbank's third team foul here in the fourth quarter. That foul is number 2 on Ryan Keaton. And so the Pheasants will get the ball in now to Halsher. Halsher just about loses it to Snell. Halsher thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Now he goes to a little bit closer, puts it up, no, but Halsher is going to be fouled. So he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Grady Halsher, 1 for 2 from the free throw line so far tonight. That foul is on Jeter Schooler, his first. First free throw by Halsher is no good. So Halsher puts up the second free throw. That's no good either. Rebound to Sam Rick. And here comes Jeter Schooler now at the basketball for Milbank. Milbank has a 59-40 lead here on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. Sam Rick to the basket. He puts it up and in. Sam Rick's first bucket here in the fourth quarter, but he's got 29 points tonight overall. 18 of those in the first half for Sam Rick. 61-40. There's a 3-ball put up. That's no good. And that shot was by Jackson Rude. And Milbank grabs the rebound, and Sam Rick with it now. Sam Rick going to the baseline, gets cut off, dribbles all the way around to the right elbow. Sam Rick puts it on the floor all the way to the rim, no good, and that's going to be tipped up by Keaton. That's no good either, and then it's going to be touched out of bounds, last by Milbank. 2:11 left to play. Milbank leads 61-40. And so Milbank should pick up win number 6 on the season as Harley Zemlicka in for Lincoln Holscher. And in for Redfield is Keegan Hansen. Keegan Hansen gets the ball into Jackson Rude for the Pheasants. 2:05 left. We'll do a quick post game here after this game is over, and then we'll pack up and go home, as that pass was intended for somebody, but turnover number 14, as Milbank now is going to send in Aiden Kelly, as well as Max Schooler, who has the ball right now for Milbank, to Sam Rick, to Max Schooler. Sam to Max. He puts the ball on the floor to Sam Rick, to Max. He'll load up for 3. That's no good. Rebound Harley Zemlicka. And he'll get it to Sam Rick. Sam up and in for 2. Sam now with 31 points for Milbank. And in now is Mac Copeland and Liam Street. So, a minute 27 left in the game. 63-40. Milbank is leading here on the Lewis Family Drug scoreboard. And the Pheasants now with the ball, and that is Eli England. Keegan Hansen back to England, back to Hansen. Hansen kicks it up, top of the key, 3. That is no good by Austin Snell. That's going to go out of bounds, so 64 seconds left in the game. Harley Zemlicka now is going to get the ball into Max Schooler. Max Schooler to Mac Copeland. Mac Copeland puts it up, no good. Rebound, putback is up and in for Aiden Kelly. Gets his name in the scoring column tonight. 65-40. Milbank is leading with 42 seconds left here in the game. Hansen now for the Pheasants. To Snell. To Newharth. To Hansen. And Schottenkirk. And here comes Aiden Kelly, and he hits the deck hard. And up it goes. Up and in for two goes number 20 for Redfield, Eli England. 9 seconds left. And Milbank will just dribble it out, I believe. 3, 2, and 1. Your final score tonight, Milbank 65, Redfield 42. We'll be back with the wrap-up in 2 minutes on KMSD and BigStoneRadio.com.
This year, Pioneer celebrates a century of innovation. From the first corn hybrid to the latest innovation like Vorseed and Less Corn or Pioneer brand Z-Series soybeans. They're proud to be the one you count on when every bushel counts. Plant the 100th season of Pioneer. Contact Paul or Riley at Dakota Country Ag Service in Milbank today at 605-467-0715 or 605-949-4170 to learn more.
Milbank Ford isn't just a dealership. It's part of your journey. Whether you're cruising toward adventure or hauling hometown pride, they've got the ride to get you there. Stop in and explore their lineup of tough F-Series trucks, fuel-efficient SUVs, and family-ready crossovers, all backed by local service you can count on. The road starts in Milbank, but it could take you anywhere. Come and find your Ford today at Milbank Ford, where small-town trust meets big-time value.
Dreaming of a getaway? Escape to Schmidt's Landing on beautiful Big Stone Lake. Whether you're casting for walleyes, perch or bass, or just enjoying the stunning views, Schmidt's Landing has something for everyone. Relax in comfortable lakeside suites, or set up your camper or tent for a long weekend. How about spending this summer at your seasonal RV spot? There are also boat and pontoon rentals, plus a fully stocked C-store with bait and license. Discover a family adventure or a peaceful retreat at Schmidt's Landing. Visit schmidtslanding.com and like them on Facebook. Are you in need of collision repair? Look no further than Al's Body Shop. Their team of expert technicians has years of experience and are dedicated to getting your car or truck back on the road in no time. From minor dings to major body damage, they've got you covered. And with their state-of-the-art equipment, they can handle any make or model. Plus, they work with all insurance companies to make the process as easy as possible. Don't let an accident slow you down. Go see Al's Body Shop today. Al's Body Shop, Milbank. Quality collision repair you can trust.
And welcome back. Milbank makes it a doubleheader sweep tonight as the boys win 65-42. After one quarter, it was 16-11 Milbank, 37-18 at half, 56-31 Milbank leads after three, then 65-42 is your final margin of victory. Milbank with the victory, 6-2 on the season. Redfield drops to 1-5. Individually, first of all for Redfield, Jackson Rude leads the way with 12. Eloy Carcenero chips in with 11, Grady Halsher with 9, Micah Zastrel with 4, Isaac Bannister with 2, Austin Snell with 2, Eli England with 2. For Redfield's total of 42 tonight, they were 6 of 13 from the free throw line. For your Milbank Bulldogs, a huge night for Sam Rick. 31 points for the 6-foot junior. Nobody honestly quite even nearly close. Lincoln Holscher with 8, Emmett Snaza with 7, Jeter Schooler with 7, Ryan Keaton with 6, Leighton Osowski with 4, Aiden Kelly with 2, Milbank 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Turnovers, Milbank 10 and Redfield 14. JV game tonight for the boys goes to Milbank 59-20. JV game for the girls goes to Milbank 40-7. Didn't get the C scores, sorry about that, but the girls varsity from Milbank wins 55-29. Milbank goes to 7-1 on the season for the girls. Again, they win 55-29. Redfield drops to 2-6. Addison Pauley with 15, Susie Schoeneman with 13, Avery Schoeneman and Belle Pauley with 10. Milbank's girls drop 12 threes as a team tonight. Hayden Golly 11 to lead Redfield. I want to thank all of our sponsors on the radio as well as the internet. I want to thank Doug back at the studios of KMSD. Don't forget All Sports Friday tomorrow from 8:45 to 10 with Adam and Jeff. But for now, we're going to say goodnight from the National Guard Armory, and I'm Chad Knowles. Good night, everybody, and we're going to send it back to the studios now of KMSD Radio. Good night, everyone.